Hello? What's up?
Hey, Carl, what's up?
Okay, folks, welcome to Group Chat episode number 30. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to answer all your Instagram questions, your Patreon questions. We got some product talk. We're going to do Mount Rushmore, most legendary snowboard spots of all time. We got the staple run through wall trivia, turbo takes, and Pat McCarthy's calling in later, PMAC. We also got Stan calling in, talking about the Slush cover, and it's going to be a great show. But before we get into the show, I got to say thank you so much to all the sponsors coming on board, making this show possible. We got Pacifico, Woodward, Yeti, Nidaker, Arbor, Vans, Cole, Icon, Patagonia, 32686, Nitro, Momentous, Capita, Union, Herschel, and Shady Rays. Thank you guys so much for your support. We appreciate it. And sitting to my right today, we got Jody Wachniak of Airtime Podcast. What's happening, Jody?
Oh, just stoked to be here, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, gang?
Happy you came down from the north.
Let's do this.
We also got Silk D on production today. What's happening, Silk?
What up? Pretty sure it's episode 29.
Episode 29. Perfect. That's great. Pat Fava's to my left in studio. What's happening, Pat?
Howdy, howdy. How we doing?
Love that you're in the studio with us.
How's Chip?
Chip's doing great. He slept good last night. Slept through the night, so we got some rest. Good. And we got Norm. No last name. We're just going Norm in studio. What's happening, Norm?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Just hanging. For the people that are unfamiliar, Norm, what's your title over at Slush?
Digital coordinator, technically, but kind of been writing a lot of stuff as well. But yeah, Instagram, web stuff, kind of filling in cracks, I guess, wherever there are, helping everyone out.
Editorial also, would you say technician of the steel, Jody?
Yeah, big time. If you got a switch front 5.0 on you, you're a technician.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Pat, obviously pro snowboarder. You all know who he is. You've seen him. He's winning every rail jam in sight. Bad day to be a piece of steel when Pat's coming through town. Let's jump right in. I was going to start with an interesting Instagram question. This one is from Jazz Foot. And he asks, if you could be an Amped 2 character, who's your go-to Amped 2 character? Jody, I'm going to send this one to you.
One of my favorite video games of all time, Bobby Meeks, was on that, and
Scotty Arnold?
Didn't love his kit.
Didn't love it? Okay.
Didn't love Bobby's kit. I played Jeremy Jones and Mikey LeBlanc a lot. Those were my two.
I love that. Pat, you got one?
I always had fun making my own character.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
the best part.
Yeah, be you, Pat.
So I'd be me, yeah.
What kind of kit are we talking?
I don't know. We'd switch it up, That's the fun part about being your own self. You wear whatever you want.
I like it. Norm, you're a little new gen for this.
I'm a skate 2 kid.
Okay.
I was never,
Oh, yeah.
I was never an amped guy, but I don't know. I make your own characters, or also play as a Tiba a lot.
Woo!
Which I know.
Respect. Love that. I guess I just got to give it up for my 1080 snowboarding people. I was a 1080 snowboarding kid. I didn't have amped, so I was Ricky Winterborn, or the snowboarding panda, if you could get the thing unlocked. So
1080 was the best, yeah.
Yeah.
I was on that program as well. But I never hit the 1080. It's so
180, 365, 480.
Dude, you gotta rotate that hand, dude. You play that or Super Mario Bros, Super Smash Bros, dude.
Yeah.
You'd have a hole in the middle of your hand after.
Yeah, my older brother had it on lock, but dude, I did not have it.
All right, folks, we're going to jump into our first segment of the show. This is Nitro Turbo Takes.
Welcome to Nitro Turbo Takes.
Brought to you by Nitro Snowboards and Canoe Eliason.
Nitro Snowboards has been building snowboard products, boards, boots, and bindings for over 34 years and has one simple mission: to inspire people to get out and go snowboarding and support their local and global community by supporting the shops, the organizations, and the people who are dedicating their lives to this.
All right, Silk. That was the old jingle, I realized. I uploaded the old jingle.
Is there a new one?
Yeah, there's a new one. That one kind of sucks. But any rate, Canute came up with these questions. Have you guys ever met Canute before?
Canute's the man.
Yeah, goat.
Yeah, he's a good dude. You can still cab 9 too.
I don't doubt it.
Yep. Silk, what do we got for questions?
Question number 1. This is for everybody. We'll go around the horn here. What's your favorite grab to do? Not to watch.
Jody?
Tail grab. Keegan Valeka has one in color that I've always tried to replicate. And Devin has an old one, a West Beach ad. Those two come to mind.
Like good old fashioned indie poke. Some old heads might call it a frontside air.
AKA Todd Richards.
AKA the trick police. All right, Pat, what you got?
I would say nose bone as well. Any nose bone or just a solid melon. Super fun.
Do you bone the melon either way?
I try. Yeah, if I'm doing like straight air or backside, I try to bone it.
Do you go backside shifty with it or frontside shifty?
Just like
Or
bend
out-
your back knee and push forward with your front foot.
Very
That's what
sick.
I try.
Sorry, Norm.
Yeah.
Norm.
No. I was gonna say I think boning out front on the method or on the melon's a good one, but I think also just indie poke. Although I'm not a big board grabber, I will be honest.
You don't like the touch board?
Well, you gotta. I don't know. I'm not a big. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I never find myself in a position to grab my board. Like you got to be in the air time. You got to be in the air a lot.
It'd be hard to cab 2 pretzel at King Crow and grab your board. You know?
Yeah, cab 2 indie pretzel.
That'd be tough.
Or where are we at with grab grinds, Norm?
I don't do them. I'm thinking of the. You might have to help me out. Rendered useless, board slide, indie.
Mary Rand?
No. Vinny.
Oh,
Or
the
50,
Vinny.
sorry,
With the
50,
tuck
50,
50 on the
50
front
board
side.
board slide tuck knee, and then the 50 indie on the king.
Oh,
The
those-
50 indie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fingers up for danger right there.
I think those work, but anyone else is probably no good.
That's a great take.
Next question. What grab can't you do well?
What grab?
I can't do methods well, and my stale fish is heading in a bad direction.
I'll go stalefish too.
Yeah,
I
that's tough.
had a decent one for a couple years, and then I was trying to learn front blunt pretzels, and I kind of tweaked the outside of my right knee. I'm regular, and ever since then that same tweaky, icky feeling is there on the stalefish, and I lost stale. If I grab and do a stalefish properly, I get like a sharp pain in my leg from learning front blunt pretzels, which was a waste of time.
Damn.
Anyways, on to you, Pat.
Yeah, well, perfect story. That actually fits well because I used to do methods like a ton, and they're my favorite. I took pride in my method, it was great. And then last couple of years, I go for a method, and my front knee from like the weird poking down, like I feel the icky feeling in there too. And I try one every year, and I still get that feeling. So I just like had to give up method. So really sad, but
Damn,
oh well.
I thought your answer was going to be none, dude. All the grabs are working.
No method.
I can't really grab anything like heel side. It just melon stale method doesn't work for me.
Sick.
I don't know. I can't.
But you can cab 2 prets, so who gives a shit?
I almost like don't believe. Like, sorry, the cab 2 pretz is so mind-boggling that you can't grab melon.
No. Sorry, I can grab melon. It's not
good.
something you want to
All
see.
right, we needed to
I'm
clarify.
kind of-
Like a nose high kind of scenario?
It's not a good. Yeah, it's not a good look.
Nose high melon? That's tough.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to Jody for this one. Who's your dream guest for the Airtime podcast?
Victoria Jalouse.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
I've seen her one time on a lake from a far, far distance.
You know, so
Was it a
I'm not,
dream?
this is a true story. I'm just going to jump in here. Why not?
Yeah, take
All
it
right.
away.
So, Victoria, 2 years ago, I'm at Anderson Lake with Chris Rasman and Mark Sollers, Gabe Langlois, and Gabe Langlois' partner, Leah. Gabe's a filmmaker who helped make the new movie Paved. And we're looking in the distance, and there's a tin boat flying across this beautiful blue lake. And there's a girl at the front of it with a straw hat on and like a really beautiful flower dress. You could just vaguely see that out, and her hair is blowing in the wind. I'm like, wow, that's like the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen. And in the back, there's a really like handsome guy, shirt off, pretty muscular, driving the little like twist arm kind of motor or whatever on the back, probably like a Johnson 25, I want to say. And I'm like, wow, that girl's so pretty. And Leah looks at me, she's like, that's Victoria. And I'm like, that's the first time I see her? Like in this majestic setting? Wow, what a legend. Anyways, on to you, Pat.
yeah, well,
Pat, your Victoria
yeah.
Jalouse story?
Yeah, on my podcast. I would love to have Victoria.
Oh no, I passed the ball back to you, Silk.
Chris, this one's for you. Can we do a mini board race, 99 centimeter length and under at the Bombhole Cup banked slalom?
Like adults riding small boards?
Gonna have to take it up with
A lot of toe and heel drag. I'm on board though. Yeah.
I'd watch.
Yeah.
What's the size?
99 centimeters.
You're
and
talking
under.
like 5 inches of toe, 5 inches of heel.
we should do a 132 centimeter and under.
There it is. Yep.
Can I jump in here with a question for Chris?
Yep.
Best trick at Bombhole Cup that you've seen?
Best trick at Bombhole Cup. You know, I'm not gonna say best, but I'm gonna say
Well, that was the question.
fuck it. This is best. We saw a triple backflip go down last year on a 35-foot jump, which for me, just the amount of like, I just got me fired up. You know, I think that one blew the roof off of the excitement levels. I don't know if it was like the most technical trick we've ever seen, but I love
It's
it.
not like switchback lip to regular, you know what I mean?
He also didn't win best overall with it either.
We have actually Bombhole Cup winner to my left. You know what, Pat, we're going to do? We just came up with this. We're actually going to do in the rafters of the studio every Bombhole Cup overall winner from the years. So year one, I think, was like Yuki and Henna, and you've won an overall. Haley Langland's won an overall. I don't even remember all the other. Nils Mindich has won an overall.
Yep.
Henna's won twice, I think. But we want it to be like the jerseys in the rafters when you go to a hockey game, all the championships they have. Anyway, back to you, Silk.
All right, this question's for everybody. What's your biggest fear while snowboarding?
I feel like just getting hurt, I think, is a standard fear, but I don't know. Thinking too much on specifics of that is like kind of sketchy in a way. You don't want to like open that can of worms.
Dude, mine's catching an edge. Like I'm like hauling ass and I'm like, fuck. That would suck if I caught my edge right now. I don't know. Is that crazy? Do you guys ever think about that? When you're like literally hauling ass as fast as you can.
I think I'm on so many rails. I'm like, don't ping. Don't ping your tail. I mean,
Ping's a big one.
I think obviously it's like, don't die. I hope I don't die. Or like, right? Like if you're hitting something big, but like, I don't know. It's all, I'm going to say, since I hit so many rails, I'm going to say pinging on the way up.
Yeah, if pinging's pretty bad, it's not a good time. But I'm gonna stick with avalanches.
Oh, good call. That's probably the right answer. Yeah, that's probably the right answer.
Catching edge.
I don't know. That's just mine.
That's a very reasonable answer, Jody. Thanks for that one. All right, we're going to keep going here. This one's for Norm. Why did you start your own magazine, Garage Mag?
Well, that was kind of just like my second year living in Salt Lake, like 2021-ish, just chilling with all the homies and like being in a situation where we're all still very young and like looking at the magazines coming out and being like, what the fuck? Where are all our homies? You know, where's all the people we know rip and are good and all this stuff? And then just over beers one night, we were like, oh, we should start a magazine. And everyone's like, yeah. And then that kind of just stuck with me. And yeah, I don't know. It was like, I might as well just kind of try and see if I can figure out how to put like one together. And then, yeah, put one together and people liked it. It was all kind of like a big community effort too. Every issue has been, but like, especially in the early times, just like everyone like submitting ideas or stories or photos or anything like that. So yeah, shout out all the homies because they made Garage possible.
Ooh, big fan.
Shout out to the homies.
Yeah.
Let's give each and every one, every homie of air horn.
I got you.
Shout out Or Magazine, by the way. That's another local homie from the Seymour area that started a magazine that's similar to Garage. It's super sick. It's like all local, borders from BC and Alberta. And yeah, he kills it. Evan, ECS.
That's sick. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
All right, this question's for Jody. Will you be stepping it on or phasing in? Or will you be staying true to the straps in the future?
Well, the thing about the future is every time I plan it out, it doesn't really unfold that way. You know, I always thought I was going to be like a big crypto guy that was going to be like kind of retired right now, and that didn't happen. But I'm going to stay. I think I'm staying straps right now. I think like the look kind of, I kind of look at the snowboard like snowboarding does this weird thing where it always tries to reinvent it. And I'm going to do it. I'm drawing the comparison here to skateboarding. It's just like, it's a piece of wood. You got your trucks and your wheels. Like, let's just keep it at that. But if it is like a way better product, I mean, I'm open. Let's just say I'm open. You know what I mean?
He's open.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about product talk. We're going to talk about bindings later. So
Yeah,
stay tuned.
Hold your
Stay
horses.
tuned.
Hold your
I'm going phase.
I don't ride for 32.
All right, we are going to you for this one, Pat, though. So can you share your strategy for rail jam contests? How do you win so many of them?
Just fucking go out and kill it.
Okay, JP. That was
I don't
epic.
know. I don't know. Just fucking hike fast and land shit. That's basically all. Boom.
Keep it simple. You do hike fast, though.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not a thing. I'm not thinking about winning. It's like something about the energy of all the people in these things. Ton of the homies. The setups are usually fire. I already love hiking rails to begin with. Like, sorry, Brighton, but I'd rather go to Rail Gardens over Brighton any day because I just love hiking rails. So basically, It's just like, I just love hiking rails, and that's what it boils down to. And that's what I'm so excited, just hiking up.
I'm going to lean into this a little bit more, though, because you have this thing when you're doing a rail jam where you lock in Terminator mode and you're crazy consistent. Like, how do you tap into that?
Dude, it's one of those fucking, not to sound all cliche and shit, but it's like one of those things where, which is why I love snowboarding. It's when you're completely in the moment where it like overcomes my body and everything. And I'm like, damn near not even thinking. It's just like, boom, like. So, I don't know, some with that, if you want to get spiritual with it, I don't know what
I love it.
What that means or what that is, but like, you know, other passions I have when I'm like playing music and stuff, like I'm still kind of like thinking, you know, but this stuff, snowboarding, hiking a trick, trying something scary is just like, I'm going to go for it, see what happens, and it's just like basically blackout. And then I'm like landed, I'm like, oh shit.
Can I ask you a question?
What up?
Do you think like rail jam tricks are a thing? Like, do you have tricks that you would do at a rail jam that you would never film in the streets?
450. I guess I have.
I was going to say, you filmed the front 450.
I remember that one.
No, I mean, I think the stuff I do in rail jams is like tricks I like to do.
You're one of the best back 270s.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one more question on this. How do you do back two so good? What's the ticket? Give us one. If you ever give us one pointer as a guy who drifts over the rail a little too much.
Okay, well,
what is
there's
it?
a couple different ways to do them. So I'll give you the lowdown, even though maybe I shouldn't, because I worked a long time to figure this out. So maybe off air we can cut this out. No, I'm just kidding. So I grew up watching Brandon Hobush. He had the best back 270s to me, switch and regular, and like, you know, and Lewif as well. And one day I was watching them, and it's like, act like you're going to do a back 180 on the rail and then shift to your leg. So as a kid, I learned that. I would slip out a lot, but once you're ready for it, boom, you land switchboard side and you're not drifting over the rail because you come in like a back one where you're not carving.
You catch the inside.
Catch the inside, and you're literally not setting up to do a back three. You're setting up to do a back one, and then you shift your legs. So that's one way to do it. That's how I do it on down rails usually. But if you're going like full gap mode to a down or something, I think then you treat it more like a back three. And just go wider than you think always when you're doing it the gap style, because you're going to go over the rail if you don't go wide. And you're also safe from pinging. So
The one you have a couple, like the back two off the roof and then the back two at Bear Mountain. Those are like, the back two at Bear is like
that was hefty.
Heavy.
Thank you. Yeah, that kind of sucked because I was like, that was really early in the morning. It's still hard, but I told Cook, the 32 team manager, we had this 6 setup, having a good time, and there was a 6 step up, quarter pipe step down, which I could ride that thing all day. Bear killed it on that. And then I was like, yo, Cook, like, what if we put the down bar in the landing? And he's like, next thing you know, he's telling the workers they're putting it in the fucking landing. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, I actually have to hit this thing now. So, like, the next morning is, like, similar to fucking, like, the rail jam shit where I'm just, like, locked in, like, okay, well, they set this up for me. I got to hit it. So I just start jumping down the step down next to the rail, and then didn't even land a front lip because the impact was so heavy. So I'm like, I'm kind of wasting my energy if I'm not just trying what I want to do on it. And it works. So Shout out. You filmed a nice phone angle of that. That was dope. Good times.
Legendary in person.
You saw that live.
Oh yeah, I lived that. It was heavy, dude. Watching him warm up for it, you were like, "Whew, this is serious." It was serious.
We had to put little, like a backcountry jump. We put little trees, bristle pines on the lip, so you know where to go. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, he had to mark his line like a cab 5 on a step down. It was sick.
That was Cab 5 20 years ago. Bigger.
All right, we'll keep going here. This is for everybody. What's the greatest snowboard part of all time?
Jody, I feel like you're ready.
No pressure. Yep.
That's
Norm, you got anything?
Yes. Depending on the day, I'm gonna give you 2. I'm sorry. Tommy Gesme, good sport.
Yeah.
Great. Jake Audette Luge Lap, one of the best parts of all time. Like straight up.
If you had to pick one, which one though?
Today.
It's today.
Yeah.
Pass? I don't know. Can I pass that?
That's
Can
a Louis Vito right there.
Yeah,
Media
we'll
training.
come back to you.
All right. I don't like that.
What is this? Best video part? I forgot.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part for you?
Fuck. Let's go Chris Grenier and what's the Young Buck Get Buck?
Oh, that was a Videograss video. Bon Voyage.
Is it?
Yeah, Get Buck. Yeah, that
No,
was
I'm
Bon
pretty
Voyage.
sure it was a Transworld video or something.
That was,
wasn't
I
it?
wrote to Edward Sharp in the Transworld video.
Oh, okay,
The
so
Magnetic
that
Heroes,
one was sick, yeah.
Magical Mystery Man.
Yes. So Bon Voyage, Young Buck Get Buck, Grenier.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Jody, what you got?
I used to, sorry to cut back in, but I used to listen to that song while riding on repeat, as well as wear a fucking stupid Boston hat on. I don't even dare.
Thanks, brother. That's awesome.
I'm going to go John Jackson in For Him or Against Him. It's the 2-part ender. And then he also filmed for Art of Flight that year, and it's probably the best performance by anybody on a snowboard in a single year. Absolutely insane that he filmed 9 minutes of absolutely, it's still the best footage that's been filmed today. You still watch it and you're like, a lot of room for improvement out there, Joey.
You Switchback 9 Lucas step down in that?
Yeah, like the front 180 and then switchback 9 stale, yeah. And then maybe for rails, we'll go anything E-Man in the dope videos.
Hell yeah. I love that. I say a different answer every time I get asked this, but today we're going to go with Lewif when he came out with These Days and he did the back two fakie, and that was just a fun time for railboarding.
Did not like John Jay's kits in that film.
Okay, sidebar. Yep, love that.
Also, sidebar, Lewif gave a trick tip on the back two fakie. He said the same thing. Back 180, turn your legs.
There it is.
Sidebar, Will Levine also told me to do that, and Will Levine has a sick back 270.
Will Levine's got a gangster
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
He did Switch on Red Ledge as well, right?
Sidebar, he's got a really good switchback too. Yes, that's what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
All right, sidebar. This is for Norm. What's the most interesting topic in snowboarding right now?
I don't know. I don't know if this is like a full single topic. Sorry to be all last question too, but I don't know if this is like a full single topic, but I think there's just there's a weird amount of change going on, like in all these different areas of like, you can now be in a time where you're riding 32 boards with union boots. Like, that's crazy. Like, there's just so much like different things shifting and like movement going on, especially this last year, like people switching sponsors, companies switching up like what they're doing, people, I don't know. There is a lot of change going on right now. I think it's like maybe makes sense for like the larger moment of the world. Like, everything's changing, but I don't know. I think that's just interesting to look at in a way of just like 10 years ago, if someone from 2015 looked at snowboarding from 2025, they'd be like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? And maybe that's going to be the same thing, like looking into the future. Like, if we look at 2035, it's going to be something similar. But yeah, I don't know. I think just change as a whole is interesting right now.
Damn, that was a great answer, Norm.
Wow.
Well said.
You should start a
We'll take
magazine.
All right, we're going to Jody for this one. What year do you think someone will land the first 30-60?
In parentheses, how many 360s?
That is 8.5
right?
rotations. It's seeming like.
What year?
In what year?
I don't think it's going to be that far away. Honestly.
I mean,
What are we at now?
2340.
Yeah.
yeah, like another 5 years, I would say. I mean, at this trajectory, it's insane. Like there's another 180 tacked on every year. So if it's a 180 every year, that puts us in roughly 3-4 more 180s. So yeah, I'm
4 more.
like the person who's going to try that's going to do that, and they're going to try to do it again, and they will be no more. Like that's too much G-force, dude. I don't think anyone should do it.
Yeah. Hot take.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Wow,
lost.
that was so good.
No comment. I don't know. There's a lot. People should
worried
do whatever
about
they
it.
want to do on a board. If they want to try to do 8 360s on one jump,
8.5.
Dude,
Dude, I
half.
want to see a 2420 in the powder, dude.
you need a firm lip. You got to firm that lip up. That thing, you don't want any edges
you're
digging in on
cooking,
that.
dude.
You're going to need to ice
Salt
that
in
thing
that
down.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more question here. What's your favorite event in snowboarding? And we got some examples: contests, rail jams, local events, bank slaloms, pro sales, anything.
Chris?
DIYX.
You want to elaborate?
Yeah, it's like a little snowboarding and a lot of hanging out and DJs and dancing and good times.
I would just shamelessly plug the Airtime Classic, which is a great event in Whistler. But since we're on the bomb hole, I'll go with the bomb hole cup.
Wow.
You didn't even come to the bomb hole cup. You just witnessed it from afar. Right?
Yeah, I just said just because I'm on the bomb hole. That's why I'm doing it.
Well, thank you, Jody. I appreciate
take
it. Norm?
I think the American equivalent of the Airtime Classic,
Classic.
would be on Squid's birthday. We go up to 420. Shout out Squid. We go up to Sunshine Hip and go up the day before and build like just a bunch of crazy shit, and everyone just goes there and snowboards all day.
And they get twisted.
skis. Yeah, it's a great time.
Sidebar, every event that's a grassroots snowboarding event that gets snowboarders together from all walks of life, and it's like a fun day, it's like those are the best events. Like those are all wicked, and anybody who's putting the time and energy to doing those events, they're so important, and the sponsors that sometimes make that happen, like shout outs to you, because those events like for us as like pros or people that are trying to film video parts, they're great and stuff. But to a lot of the locals in the community, they mean a lot more than people I think realize. So shout outs to anybody doing a grassroots kind of event. Those are
Good
great.
that was a good sidebar, Jody. I'm going to jump in and say Red Bull Heavy Metal went there last year. Just the vast sea of people watching people slide down rails, I thought was just a cool thing for snowboarding. It was just a monster crowd, and there's just something about that. People have never seen snowboarding before, and the energy of 20,000 people on watching somebody hurl themselves at a kink rail was pretty cool.
And Lucas Magoon, almost 20 years of being at those contests. It's pretty. I thought it was pretty, for me as somebody who watched Lucas like kind of blow up from those events, still doing them. I was like, I don't know if everyone realizes just how like special that is. Like big Lucas fan, and it was like rad to see him there and
he was,
watch
like,
it live.
50ing the side of the
Well,
fence
I heard
and jumping in the road.
I wasn't at Boston, so if someone's there and correct me, I heard he wanted to throw his finger into the crowd.
He did. He did mention that.
Did he do that? Or
I think
no?
he got advised against throwing the finger in the crowd.
Sure.
I thought we were gonna hang out on the wall here.
Yeah, we wanted to
there was
emboss his
talk.
finger. There was talk of embossing his finger and putting it on set, but I think it's like it got black. Like it's like
This is a really
decomposing.
short time window.
Yeah, I think we missed the
we
window.
missed it.
Lucas was pretty set that we could just spray paint it and it would be fine. But I don't know
that
if
was
body
not the
parts.
move.
just lacquer?
Yeah, a little.
That's fucked.
All right, is that
That's
it?
it. That's Nitro Turbo
Wow,
Takes.
that was a good turbo takes. Good questions, Canute.
All right, this one here is a special one. This one's for all the writers out there trying to find your own way. We're shouting out Pacifico, the official beer of the podcast. Pacifico's been showing up in all the right places lately, okay? Whether it's the mountain or some newly discovered spot off the slope, Pacifico has been riding with those who are pushing beyond. When you've had a long day of getting out there with your friends and you're recapping the day, have a Pacifico. Us over here at the Bomb Hole will be a reason one for you, too. So with that, bringing you a message from Pacifico to continue to find your own way. 21 plus, discover responsibly. Pacifico Clara beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Bombhole listeners, I got some news for you. The holidays are fast approaching, and if you ask me, Yeti is making the perfect holiday gifts. They've got leak-proof and stackable designs that are available in a rather wide selection of colors. They've got drinkware for everything drinkable. We're talking water, check. Coffee, check. Wine, check. Beer, check, etc. The list goes on. I don't need to keep going, do I? Personally, I'm going to be rocking this Rambler drinkware all winter long because A, it has rust and puncture resistant kitchen grade stainless steel, and B, it's been expertly designed to keep the cold drinks cold, just like all Yeti products. And if you're participating in, let's say, a stocking this year, perhaps, might I recommend some stocking stuffer gift ideas such as A, the shot glass, or B, a flask? If you're interested in some Yeti products, head on over to yeti.com.
Well, on the subject of game shows, kind of trivia, we got Run Through Wall Trivia.
Welcome to Run Through Wall Trivia.
All right, just to make sure everyone knows how this works, you all have buzzers in front of you. Chris will be reading questions, and feel free to buzz at any time. You don't need to wait for him to finish reading the question. You can buzz whenever you want. But when you buzz, he will stop reading, so you better be confident when you buzz. If you get it wrong, you got to do assault. I'll be keeping score.
One last thing. This one's a special edition because Zach Hale was moving into a new home, and he offloaded something that he gave us. And his mom printed out a photo of him doing a backflip about 4 feet off the ground, and it's giant. He's not grabbing. It's not, Zach's done some great stuff on a snowboard. This is not his best look. So the loser will have to take that home with them today. So a lot on the line. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, ready with the buzzers. All right, good. I got to make sure you guys don't see any of my questions. All right, first question. What board brand created the board titled Fat Bob?
K2.
That's correct. Jody's on the board. What country is Ilfa Runer's daughter from? Ilfa.
Sweden?
Hold on, let me get to the soundboard. That's incorrect. You got to do assault.
Norm?
Is it Norway?
Also incorrect.
Damn.
Got to do assault.
Sweden. Swedish.
You already said that. So,
You have to do
no points awarded. She's from Iceland.
I knew that.
I should have knew that.
God, you guys are blowing it.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, fingers on the buzzer. Devin Walsh just announced the return of what iconic brand?
Shorties.
That's correct.
And West Beach.
What is Justin Phipps' outerwear sponsor?
That was Norm.
L1?
That's correct. All right. Name a rider/engineer that works/rides for Rome.
Oh, fuck. I thought you were going to say Nils. That's all. Never mind. Salt.
Maggie Leone?
That's
Damn
correct.
it. I knew that.
All right. Are we tied up 2-2?
We're tied up.
Shit.
It looks like Pat's trending towards taking home the Zach Hale photo.
Damn.
Do you guys ship? Like, is that shipping covered for
No,
that
you
thing?
gotta carry that on. You gotta carry that, put it in the overhead compartment. All right, next question. What rider did a hardway gap back 180 onto the Rail Gardens gap rail?
Animals?
That's correct.
Wow.
Nice, Norm.
Damn.
Good job. All right, focus up, boys. What rider did a backside 540 on the iconic Forum step down on a Burton board, then was quoted saying, "The happiest guy up Brandywine, me"?
Mikey Renz?
That's correct. Are we tied?
We're tied again.
3-3.
Yeah.
How many points does Pat have?
Let me just check really quick.
Zilch.
Yeah, that's a
You got
goose
zero.
egg.
We're looking at Zilch.
Okay, what female rider has hit Pyramid Gap here in Utah?
Emma?
Emma Crosby. That's correct. Norm takes the lead.
Neck and neck here.
Wow.
Neck and neck between
Did not
these two.
expect it. I don't, I
This
don't know
is,
shit.
this is important for you, Jody, to do well in this. Just, you're a media guy. You're supposed to know these things. Where is Jed Anderson from?
Can I say Canada?
No, that's too vague.
Calgary?
That's correct. Okay, this next one, you might have a chance at this one, Pat. What rider once took his shit in the woods? Hold on, let me rephrase that. What 32 rider once took a shit in the woods, got a little on his face by accident, then referred to the substance on his face as war paint?
Is this Scott Stevens?
That is correct. Nice. He's on the board. Yes. He's on the board. In a Transworld video, what rider does a frontside 270 on Red Ledge?
Keegan Valleca.
That's correct. Pat's crawling his way back.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. All right, Jody, this is pretty specific to you, but maybe somebody else will know it. When's the last time a Canadian hockey team has won a Stanley Cup?
1993.
That's correct. Yes.
Damn.
That's big. You just put the whole country on your back right there.
Nice.
Nice, dude. That's a tricky question. All right, what is Joey B. How You Doing's real name?
Me? Joe Bauer?
Yes.
Nice. We're tied 5-5.
Damn, that's freaking money, Norm. In the snowboard video, Knights of the Brown Table, please recite the iconic quote from Gabe Ferguson's part.
Oh.
Is it the slept like shit?
That's correct. Yes, 100%. We'll give that to you. How'd you sleep last night? I slept like shit. Okay, next question. Who edited the video Knights of the Brown Table?
Brock?
That's correct. Butters.
Wow.
Norm
Damn.
is a weapon.
You just hit the button. I ain't scared of the salt. Fuck it.
All right, next question. What rider backside rodeo 720 DCP cliff in Sonora Pass?
Andreas Fuig.
There it is. All right, there's one question left.
You can tie it, Joey.
I'm going for the tie. I want that Zach Hale poster, dude. That thing's looking
Well, you gotta lose for that.
I think Pat's got that secured at this point. Pat has secured that.
Well, I wanted that thing, dude. It's great.
Okay. What rider cab 270'd the iconic Battlefield rail in Quebec City?
Justin Benny?
That's correct.
All right, we're tied.
Fuck, that's my last question.
Gotta come.
Well, you got to give us a tiebreaker.
Yeah, off the rip, dog.
Okay.
Off the rip.
Hang on. I got it. What rider did a 1-footer on the iconic Pyramid Gap in Utah?
Bodie Merrill.
Fuck. Yeah, that's correct. That's not a tiebreaker.
Specify that Pat's not in anymore.
Okay. Next question. What rider did a gap to switchback 270 on the legendary BHS Burlington High School rail? Gap switchback 2.
JP
Walker?
That's correct. Jody wins. Yeah. Joe, you were gonna say that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, Norm. Great effort.
I'll take second.
Yeah, sorry, Norm.
I had to win in the
You don't get to walk away
You see
with
what you get?
anything.
You get to bring this home. The top's not glued on. The glue's not dry yet, so don't move that around.
It's been here for a little bit.
It takes a minute for that to dry. So
Hey,
congratulations.
Norm, thanks for passing that over to me. I need that.
Hey, sure.
I need
yeah.
that.
Well done.
You got a shot glass right there.
Yeah.
Yep, you can rip some Canadian liquor out of that thing.
Is that in my frame just so people know that I'm the champ?
I can't see it, but probably.
Can we put the Hale fucking poster behind me?
I'm going to put this beside my Forum Youngbloods win.
Did you win Forum Youngbloods?
Camp Champions 2004.
Holy smokes.
Got Chris Duffy's helmet and Peter Line gave me his board. Whoa. Wish I saved those two.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I think Peter Line gave me his, like a new board though, but his new, like the rainbow board.
All right, we're going to talk about Arbor. I like what Arbor's got going on these days. They're doing big things. So Arbor has been making high-performance snowboards for nearly 30 years with a little thing called craftsmanship, and they do it with a conscience. These guys were on the sustainability tip long before it was cool, using real wood top sheets, eco-friendly materials, and giving a damn about the mountains and the planet. They're backed by one of the sickest teams out there. We're talking Jared Elston, a.k.a. Big Air Jer, Mary Francois, Red Gerard, who just won an X Games gold, Brian Iguchi, Danny Cass, and many others. Arbor Snowboarding is resetting the standard, blending high performance and sustainability with precision, power, and purpose. So whether you're straight lining like a psycho or going full dummy in the park, Arbor's got A-grade boards and bindings that you need to ride your best. So check out Arbor. They got a lot of cool stuff going on. All right, we're going to talk about Herschel Outdoor Equipment. You may have seen them We give them to all of our guests that win Name That Video part, pack them full of bomb hole merch. They are sleek, and they're introducing a brand new performance line for travel and the outdoors. They got Alpine inspired and designed with multi-functionality for the first chair or last minute flight. I personally use all Herschel gear when I travel. I use the roller bag. I use the big roller bag. They got great backpacks. And the one thing I like, you can take your backpack and slide it over your roller bag, and you can be a true pro traveler. All their stuff's really well made, and they're building a team. They got Arthur Longo and the Dust Box on board already. So if you're interested in getting some sleek new travel gear, check out Herschel.com. Silk, should we hit a quick Patreon question?
Yeah, I think that's an incredible idea. Let's talk about this one from Gimbal Tree. What do we honestly feel about the photo that made the cover not being the landed trick? You know what I'm talking about, winky face.
Okay, well, I'll field this one first of all. So what he's discussing is Big Air Jared's most recent cover in Slush magazine. And he, just to make it very, very clear, he did land the trick. It's in his part. He also additionally did like a cork front seven and an alley-oop back rodeo, which were all amazing. And to just kind of provide some context to anyone that hasn't seen it, basically, the latest cover Slush, it's a spot up in Whistler. Pat Moore's done a frontside invert on it. It's beautiful. Ben Ferg's done double crippler on it. A lot of tricks have been done on this thing. Photos really well. And Big Air Jared landed himself on the cover of Slush. Now, the situation here I want to be super clear with is like Big Air Jared deserves his flowers, right? Like Big Air Jared has been putting in work for the past few years, absolutely killing it. And I think putting somebody on the cover that deserves a cover, Big Air Jared 100% deserves a cover. He's been on a freaking tear. And I think that a lot of times covers are reserved for people that have been on a good one, you know, and that's who ends up on the cover of the magazine. The issue that came up is not that this cover was a trick that wasn't landed. The trick was 100% landed. The issue was that this photo was also a cover of Snowboard Journal in, I believe, 2019 of Ben Ferg doing a double crippler, but I think the photo was a single crippler. So, you know, obviously a lot of people have opinions about that. A lot of people are saying, you know, cover, a repeat cover is no good. It's really bad. And then some people are saying, who gives a shit? So here to talk about that on the line, we happen to have Stan from Slush magazine. Stan, you there?
Hey, Chris, thanks for having me. I am here, yes.
Love to hear your voice, brother. Yeah, you want to chime in on the subject?
Yeah. You know, first of all, I'd just like to thank everyone. I didn't really realize we had so many experts in the scene here. So first and foremost, I just want to thank each and every one of you for doing your homework over the last 6 years and clocking every photo that's ever been taken. I didn't know you guys had it like that. And I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go. I mean, you said it great. I think in this whole sort of strange fever dream of the last couple weeks, Jared Elston, I think, is the person who I feel like the most guilty about that anyone, like if anyone was to get like a raw deal, it's Jared Elston, like you said, deserves a cover. I literally forgot, as I said, that Ben photo cover existed. So that was that's just what we're going to call a clerical error. And like, you know, straight up, like here's the deal. When Bridges first reached out to me to make magazines back at Snowboarder Mag, like I would say one of my big anxieties was that something like this could happen. Arguably, I would say my biggest fear. So there is a cool thing to have gotten that out of the way. That's fun. You know, now I'm afraid of nothing. But, you know, I think essentially like Jared, like we said, Jared's a G. Ben did do double crippler. You know, there's just a lot of details here. And frankly, it's just like, okay, that, you know, here's what I think is resoundingly important. Now, when we make a magazine, the goal is to make a product that is exciting for the core and is also exciting for the people that are maybe outside the core, fans of snowboarding, the people that support the industry, that buy the products. With all of this cover discussion that's been going on, I have zero doubt in my mind that we still provided a great cover and product for the fans of snowboarding everywhere who kind of have no idea what the fuck anyone's even talking about with this. And it's the core that we kind of like, you know, they realized some shit that I had let slip through my fingers, and they let me know for sure. And you know, on top of that, if this had not happened to me and it had happened to someone else, you know, I would have been eating popcorn, staring at this shit just like everyone else. So,
can you walk us through the presenting Big Air Jer the cover kind of play by play from your lens?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's worth noting I've been coming off like the paved premiere tour, couple stops. So it had been a couple deep nights, flew straight from New York City to Bend, Oregon. Well, Portland, rent a car, drive. I'm spread thin. I'm a little tired, but it's like, this is the end of the light. We're fucking hyped. We're giving Jared his new cover. We get there. I basically show up an hour before the party starts, go to the party. We do the reveal. And within about 5 minutes of me getting off stage, some unnamed homies have a photo in my face on their cell phone that is the Ben Ferg cover. And I just go, fuck. And basically, like, yeah, that was that. And, you know, big shout out Ben Ferg. I think this is probably the first time anyone's gotten a significant interaction on their cover from 6 years ago. So that's got to feel cool for Ben. Just a little like, hey guys, remember my cover from 6 years ago? Like, you don't really get to pull that one that often. So there we go. But I will say, like, you know, in all of this, we've got 3 more magazines to make. I do think that Jared photo was one of the strongest photos of the year. Like that. The other thing about that spot is, if you've been there, is like, it kind of only shoots from that angle, which, call it an excuse, call it not. But like, to really get the gravity of this massive natural quarter pipe that is just like a beautiful fucking place, it's really like where you kind of got to shoot it from. So that's why I kind of brought up the Pat Moore thing. It's like, listen, almost every photo of this spot looks like this. And again, Jared did a couple tricks on that thing, and honestly, had we realized the Ben thing in time, we might have opted for a different frame. But yeah, I think the only thing we can do moving forward is, like, I mean, we've got a couple more covers coming out. I thought I could give you a little leak maybe of our next cover.
Oh, you text me
so
something?
I'm going to text you.
Oh, God,
I'm going to text it to you right now.
Oh, God, yes. What do we got here? All right, let me cue this up.
Jody, congrats, man. You're on the cover with a never before seen photo. This is incredible, Jody.
This is our first cover reveal on the bomb hole ever.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, Jody.
Yeah, we're gonna pop some champagne later.
Oh my God, wait, no, I just realized this used to be a Snowboarders Journal cover. Fuck, oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God, I did it again. No.
Dude, I'm just going to jump in here for a second. One thing I think that's cool about it, though, you know, you think about as our little ecosystem of people that film snowboard parts and do tricks and things like that, like, the cover is the crown jewel, right? You get a cover, it's like last part and a cover, really, for people that aren't competing. Yeah. It's kind of, that is the crown jewel. That's the ultimate goal. Those were mine when I was younger, you know? And it's like a really fucking big deal to get a cover. And so, you know, I guess the thing about people caring that I like is that there's passion for this thing. Like, if it just goes into, oh yeah, who gives a shit? Why are people making a big deal about it? Whatever. It kind of devalues the cover. What I think is cool is that people care so deeply about getting the cover of a magazine, and it's held as such in such high regard that the passion coming out I think only comes from respect of snowboard media. And I actually would maybe clock that as a good thing. Your thoughts on that, Stan?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that this, I have a way of wondering about print media's place, and that this certainly was a reminder that people are paying attention and enjoy it. And so, yeah, I think, like you said, this is one of like the four for us. Like, this is some of the biggest ability that we have for marketing, and like this is who we are. This is who we vibe with. This is who we want to put on the front of the cover. And it's a quite a process to like go through that and figure that out. And I think undeniably it turns out people care, because like I haven't really heard much discussion about, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like you don't hear as many people talking about like what other magazines are doing sometimes. Because I just couldn't help. Yeah. So it's good. It like, there's a compliment to all of this. I think in the answer of would I have preferred that just no one cared about the cover at all as opposed to this? No, I do not wish that. And I think it's possible it maybe even helped in some crazy marketing scheme. I don't know if you saw Ivy's reel, like who's like the filmer, he films with Zev and shit. But it's basically like Charlie from Always Sunny, like, wait, did both magazines do this to promote, to rise engagement? And like, we definitely got a shit ton of engagement off it. So like, that is definitely the silver lining to all of it. And it's now that it's been a couple weeks, I was on like threat level midnight, like real bummed on myself. I mean, I take this shit like mad serious. I think anyone who like knows me and has ever worked with me knows that I'm not just like, I don't care. Like, I for real care. So I was like probably more let down than anybody in all of this. And when you know that, it's kind of whatever. The rest is just noise. But there was a lot of noise.
Yes, there was. As you mentioned, I was the person with the popcorn in my hand, observing from afar, and glad I wasn't you. Jody, would you like to weigh in on this?
Thanks for the cover, Stan. Appreciate it. Round 2 for me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it. Tyler Revell is juiced. We just got another cover here of Slush over top of Snowboard Journal. It's done perfectly. Well done, too. Almost as bad as what was that? The X Games, like where they would like crop out the person terribly. I don't know what that's called.
Clipping.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of.
That's who we hired.
Yeah,
that's who we hired to design this.
Looks like that. I think that as long as you feel sorry and you take some accountability for the mistake, but we all make mistakes. So at the end of the day, who gives a shit? But the reason why we care, similar like Chris, is that for these people that care so much about snowboarding, these people that want to be AM pro, that are just like the holy grail, is if you are filming a cover, opener, ender part. And if that gets, there's only so many covers, and Slush being one of the heavyweights in media, especially, I mean, obviously in print, but and video, everything. Like, you guys are just a juggernaut. And so for that to go to Jer, which is well deserved, but if that cover would have, well, here's a question: is there another photo of Jer that potentially could have been on the cover anyway, and would have that gone to Jer anyway? Because like, if it could have been like, somebody else, like let's say Bryn, who else had a stellar year. Shout out to Bryn Alexander. That's a turning point in a lot of those people's careers. A cover of Slush, like all the brands at the beginning of the year, they're like, oh, they're already like hyped on somebody. The Slush can put somebody in motion to go from that AM to pro state. So I think that's why a lot of like the AM pro world was like, damn, like that cover, you fucked up, but you feel bad. So we love you, dude.
Yeah.
Way to tie it all together and put a bow on it at the end, Jody.
Hey, listen, I hang out with Stan, like, not a lot, but throughout the year, he's a good guy, and he does care about snowboarding. So I already know he sat in a shower and beat himself up over this. So we got to lift you back up, but you did fuck up.
As long as you're sorry. As long as you're sorry.
As long as you're sorry.
It's like, mind if I chime in here? Or is that what I said? Yeah. As long as you're sorry.
As long as you're sorry.
Norm, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, Norm, you work for Slush Magazine.
I do. First of all, hey, Stan.
Hey, Norm.
I mean, like Stan All right. Like Stan said, like obviously we have these two boxes. We try and check the people who, you know, care about snowboarding from like a weekend warrior standpoint, like the general population, and then the core boarders who like this is their life, and it's it's great when you can check both those boxes, and sometimes we can, and it's what we did now definitely didn't do that, but it's better than not checking any of those boxes. Like at least, you know, we put out a good photo and I think a good magazine. Like people forget there is an inside of this magazine as well, and it's awesome. Like if you get a chance, open the magazine up. Like there are more photos in it. It's great. This is a great issue. Like every part of the magazine is great, and sometimes like some parts of it fall flat, but like I don't know, like it is a good magazine. Like if you look past that, and like we are doing things I think to make as many people as we can happy, but you can't make everyone happy. And then also going back to the initial question, that was just rage bait. Like he landed that. Like I think like no matter what you do, people are gonna hate on it. Jibbing's not dead. Put, you know, the fall iPhone clip, and that just stirred the pot for no reason. Like I don't know, like that is just like rage bait. And at a certain point, like you're gonna always have people like that, no matter what you do, coming at you. So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah, and Stan's sorry. So like we're good.
He's sorry.
Hey, Stan, I think this is actually like specifically what goes into selecting who goes on the cover of a magazine.
So, well, there's also like a fun name that hasn't been brought up a lot in this conversation, which is our photo editor, Bob Plum.
Hold on. Okay, continue.
Well, so this is how it works. Basically, like I go throughout the year, inform everyone on, like, you know, that's the other thing is like Jody says, like you guys are like a juggernaut, and that is a compliment, but at the same time it's like 6 of us all working out of our respective garages, you know, like it feels like, and sometimes I think that is something that maybe is forgotten, is that like we're not Snowboarder Mag owned by some big corporation and we have an office and a travel agency that's booking our shit, which is how it used, you know, like, so there's that. So throughout the year, we kind of like clock what has happened, right? You catch rumors, you hear stories of whatever, someone did this, XYZ. So then you submit like an open, well, we have like a list of like, I don't know, 100 to 200 photographers that we kind of hit up and say like, hey, end of the winter, give us your submissions, yada, yada, yada. As those come in, essentially, you just look through everything. You start looking through everything that comes in. You start to map out, like, you know, these photos are really good. And then what combines with that is kind of exactly what you said. There's this ability to want to put somebody on in a way. And you want to look at who really had a big year. And a lot of times as well, like flat out, the hardest part about these magazines is the photos don't always match the stories you want to tell, because photos just aren't as, people aren't going out with photographers as much. Like it used to be an era where magazines could send their own photographers. Now we're all kind of bartering with photographers, the ones they're using for their ads, for their creative. XYZ. So in the example of Bryn, for example, like you best believe I was looking for a cover of that motherfucker, but he just like doesn't have a lot of lenses on him, and he'll be the first to tell you that, you know? And so when you start to like, you know, you boil it down essentially, and you start to realize the stories, and eventually you sort of end up with a pool of, let's call it 12 photos, 12 to 15 photos that you feel like could play, and you sort of just settle on 4. And that's the long and the short of it.
Well said. That was good articulation. I hate to draw the skateboard comparison because it's kind of fucking annoying, but I'm going to do it. But, you know, one thing that I love, like, for example, Jocelyn went and tray flipped El Toro. When I like saw the photo of the cover, I like audibly screamed to my wife. I was like, Jocelyn tray flipped El Toro. Holy shit. She's like, I don't know what that means. But anyway, the point being is that I actually bought, like, I bought the magazine because I was like, this is such a like monumental blockbuster hammer. And my vote for covers, which I'm sure you're looking for, and the photos don't exist. But I love the monumental blockbuster hammers. If you have any of those, if Bob Plum, who's not taking any heat, and you're taking all of the heat, has any of these photos come across his desk, I think he should select the blockbuster hammers. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, funny thing about the cover drama that you're saying is there was drama about that photo because there was fucking Bondo in the landing and people were saying he altered the fucking spot. Like, people have something to say about everything.
Good
so
point.
like that cover, there was controversy within skating. But I think, yes, monumental moments. And here's the other thing. It is a weird dance, right? Anytime, I'll say this. I will clearly say this. Spencer Schubert, Denver, ender rail of good sport. Like, that photo's fucked up. Had I done a little more homework to like demand, basically some of the filmers aren't exactly trying to give their project up before it comes out, which I get, right? So you're playing a little bit of a game of chicken, but like that Spencer Schubert photo, monumental moment, should have been a cover. That photo should have been a cover. Knowing what we know when we see the grand scheme of the year, when we see that project come out. Now, the point being, we can't always know exactly what those moments are going to be in the summer, but we try to know. So, and that goes into the, like, you ask around throughout the winter, you catch rumors of stuff. You basically try and hear what everyone's talking about. And you base a lot of that off what you're looking for.
Okay. All right, Stan. Well, I think we covered I think this dead horse has been beaten as much as it can be beaten.
I mean, Norm really came through with the best thing, which was just like, there's so many more photos in that magazine.
Yeah, true. They're awesome photos. There's a Jesse Jarrett photo that is fucking great. So
shout out to Jesse Jarrett.
Shout out Jesse Jarrett. And speaking of covers, shout out Taco. On
and there's a Bryn Alexander interview in there. So
yeah, but you are right.
Jody.
Bringing up Bryn in there is actually phenomenal. He's been working with an iPhone for a decade. You know what I mean? So yeah, he needs to. He's working with photographers now.
All right, Stan. Any closing thoughts?
No, just congrats, Jody. I can't believe we were able to do this together, man.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for your journalistic perspective, Stan.
See
You're
you
doing great.
invited.
As long as you're sorry.
Thanks as always, Bommel.
See you later.
Greetings, Bombhole listeners. E-Jack here. Pardon the interruption, but I need to let you know about Nidecker Need to Know. Every week, we're giving away a bunch of prizes like these, the Kita boot. This one just happens to be my signature model and the best boot of all time, in my humble opinion. Very simple to play. All you got to do is answer this one question. What is your favorite Bombhole episode of all time? I know, it's been some good ones. Definitely some highlights. But go to this week's guest photo on the Bombhole Instagram, comment your answer, and we'll choose a winner. Good luck.
All right, people. One thing that's really important to me as I've gotten older is to maintain a healthy body and a healthy mind so I can keep doing things with my son as he gets older. I'm trying to beat father time a little bit right now. So I'm trying to take better care of my body. And in doing that, I've been taking some momentous products that I've been loving. One of them is the omega-3s, which is huge for cognitive function, keeps you sharp between the ears. And the other one I love is the creatine lemon packs. Now, I like these things because they're great for strength, they're great for recovery, and they're great for mental focus. So if you want to get out there, go snowboarding and recover so you can do it the next day, these creatine lemon packs are fantastic. And Momentous does it different. They got no weird ingredients, nothing sketchy, and every product is tested for purity and banned substance. It's even trusted by the NFL, Olympic athletes, and even special ops. So, if you want to ride harder and recover quicker, head to livemomentous.com, use promo code BOMBHOLE, and you'll get up to 35% off your first order. All right, folks, we're getting into a segment of the show. It's called the Capita Union Spinning Wheel. These questions are submitted by Riley and Dangler. And Capita's been in business for 25 years. So has Union. They're privately owned companies by snowboarders who care. Great group of people over there at Capita Union. I read their bindings, their boards. Great stuff. Here we go. Let's see what we got. What's it going to be? 3. If you could bring back any snowboard company from the dead,
What is it? Jody, I'm going to let you field this one.
I'm going to say Grenade because the energy around that company, I think, really made snowboarding feel like snowboarding. And I think they did a really good job of like building a community around that brand, the Grenade games. I think that was kind of special. Maybe a second to that would be, I think Stepchild for a long time had a really good vibe around it too. So
solid. Pat?
Bakota Tools.
Yeah. The Bakota tool belt. Hit one of those. Nice.
Very nice.
Norm?
Maybe like Nolan or something like that. If anyone's got a Nolan baseball jersey out there, hit my line.
Fuck, gnarly.
I want to get one of those.
Kai definitely does.
I feel like gnarly as well.
Oh,
really
wow.
sick.
Tight
Maybe
belts.
Bring back gnarly.
Tight belts. Dub brand.
I'm still rocking a
gear?
tight belt.
Yeah.
The last time Lung saw me, he was like, dude, take that thing off, dude. Like, fuck that shit. And I was like, no way, dude. I'm never getting rid of this thing.
I actually paid him for one at Milo Pro Style. It was pretty sick.
You got a pick? I'm interested to hear
Dub.
yours.
Dub.
Dub was your pick?
Yeah, I
Okay,
like Dub.
cool.
Yeah, I thought
Dub. Very,
I thought
yeah.
they looked really cool. All the ads and stuff. Their gear looked great. All right, we're going to get into some bench racing right now. Really excited for this. This is the Mount Rushmore top 4 most legendary snowboard spots of all time throughout all of snowboard history. I know, Norm, you just wrote an article titled What Makes a Spot Legendary, I believe. Maybe you could provide some context with this.
So, it obviously, maybe this isn't a very satisfying answer, but snowboarding, as I'm sure all of you know, is very subjective. So there's a lot of like speculation when you get down to like the low, like you have like the tried and true legendary spots like Rail Gardens, Red Ledge, but then you get kind of lower down and it gets all muddy. But basically it's about stories. Like, is there a story there? Has there been a story over time? What's gone down there? How gnarly is it? Like, there are a bunch of different factors that kind of play into it. You know, how influential was it in, if it's an old spot, in like getting us to where we are today, snowboard wise, like progression and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, it boils down to just stories. Like, if that spot, you know, if that spot could talk, basically is a good barometer.
So that's really great context, and also, like, are we looking at this thing like holistically? I think we should maybe look at this thing holistically. Like, take for example, Spencer Schubert's Ender on the giant kink rail is like versus a Rail Gardens. Like, Rail Gardens has a vast history of tricks. Spencer's Ender rail has one trick, right? I think we're leaning more towards historical, iconic spots in this.
Well, both play. I mentioned both in the article because both do play, and I think there's I actually spoke to Spencer for the article. He's my like spot source now over the time. I talked to him last year for a spot article, but basically, like, there was a turning point sometime around, like, I don't know, 2016, 2017, where these spots that were legendary for being beaten down, Rail Gardens, Burlington High, Red Ledge, it kind of shifted, like, just as snowboarding progressed, to like spots that were one and done spots that became legendary just for one reason or another, whether they're gnarly or just like moving the needle or both, or like Spencer's rail in Good Sport, Joe Sexton's rail in Omaha, like the long 50-50 on the cover of Snowboarder Mag. Like, those spots would be legendary even though they haven't been beaten down, because like there was this sort of shift where we started looking at like just spots differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. All right, so I think we should do this with, since Jody won trivia, I think he should get first pick. I mean, we're not going to do snake draft because it's too confusing when people have to go back to back. So does it go me, Jody, me, and then Norm's last?
Yeah, I guess so.
I like that personally because I get second pick, but it seems like it should go to Norm second.
Yeah,
that would be
I'll take last.
If we're following trivia winnings, then
all right, I'll go last then. Yeah. Jody, you go first.
So I can pick anything, any iconic spot that comes to my mind. I'll just go with a Whistler Classic. We'll go Perfect Jump.
Perfect Jump. Where is it located?
Perfect Jump is located in the Brandywine area. Yeah.
Why is it your first pick?
Perfect Jump is just, it's been, I think it started getting hit in the early 90s. I'm pretty sure Rich Carlson and Derek Height, maybe Cale Stevens. I think those three hit it. Rich hit it actually on his sled and broke his back. Derek Height, I'm pretty sure, is the first person to hit it. And then it progressed over, and it still gets hit today. It's probably one of the most iconic features in Whistler. The reason why it's called Perfect Jump is you drop in from this like starting gate, you turn your board, you go absolutely straight, and you make the landing fairly perfectly if you have a good, strong takeoff. The reason why it's kind of like stood the test of time is because if you build it and you add blocks as snowboarding has progressed, every year a new block gets added to the top, or it should, and it continually looks like bigger and bigger. So the old shots, Martin Gallant, actually, Whistler legend, snowboard pioneer, he's actually going through cancer right now. If you have the opportunity, you can go over to Airtime or Martin Gallant's Instagram and you can donate some money to his GoFundMe, which would be a great use of your money. But he actually hit it really early on, and he has a really nice back 180 melon on it. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot. Mikey Rentz, front 10 double, Matt Belzil, back 10, Aero Niemela, switch back 10. It's just a Whistler iconic spot.
Beautiful answer. Norm, what you got?
Since we were just talking about it, I'll go Spencer's Ender and Good Sport. That rail in Denver is nuts. That shit's awesome. I mean, I think just for me personally, like, and for I think everyone of at least my generation, if not all of snowboarding, like that is the video of like, you know, our time. Like that is like the seminal video of like contemporary snowboarding. It's fucking awesome. And yeah, I don't know, just like that, like the you know, like it's just nuts. Like it's just fucking nuts. And that is like a history. That is a history books trick, and so that is just, it's there. It's on the Mount Rushmore.
Good answer. Also, sidebar, Spencer Schubert gave his hospital information, like his insurance card, his phone. He gave it all to whoever's with him to like, if I get destroyed on this, here's my health insurance because I may be going to the hospital.
I think it was Gesme.
Yeah. Like pretty heavy stuff. All right, Pat, what you got?
Yeah, respect. Great answers from both you guys. I'm just going to go with Rail Gardens because I think it's, you know, stands the test of time, and it's very accessible for the people who come to Salt Lake City, such as myself as a young kid growing up watching videos, iconic clips coming out of there, and then just, you know, it's like, it's right in the city, easy to get to. It's not like your Perfect Jump where you got to go all the way to Canada, hike some shit to go see it. It's just sick to be there in person and know what's gone down, you know? Like my first time there, I'm just like looking at the double set. I think I was pretty young, teenagers being like, this is fucked, like JP, switch back to. And yeah, so I say Rail Gardens got it for me.
Good answer. Sidebar, you don't hike in Whistler, you snowmobile too.
Sidebar, does everybody have a favorite rails gardens trick? Is that just, can we, I got one. So iconic.
I'm just going to jump on a random one. Seth Hewitt Gap Switch 50, just because it was like random as hell, but also I couldn't imagine trying it because I feel like I'd die if I tried that.
Yeah, that's heavy.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but JMO going up and tail walking, coming back is awesome.
I love that one. I'm going to go JP Walker, Hardway Cab 2, and Switchback 2.
I like John Cooley's line in Love Hate, the back 270 to like, I think just front blunt 270, if I'm correct. But the back two that he starts it off with, you have a crazy back two. But the back two wasn't done that good back then. And that one is fucking, it was like, it's phenomenal. He has two in that part, actually.
Also, I'd say Spencer's tennis court 50-50.
He likes crafty. I like he's pulling up the crafty clips. Good stuff. All right. I'm up. It's my choice. I'm gonna go Chad's Gap, mainly just because when I think of iconic, it's just like the blockbuster big jump, film's crazy, two mining piles with a 120-foot gap in between. You know, Travis Rice back rodeo 7 to close out his like breakthrough part in Absinthe. You know, Sage has gone there and done back 12. Like it's the Hollywood High, it's the El Toro, it's the it's the marquee jump spot proving ground if you want to go alpha vibes. So for that, I'm going Chad's Gap.
Would you rather try the backside Rodeo 7 nose grab that Travis does, or the frontside chicane 5 that Roman does? If you had to hit it.
That is one of my favorite clips on it.
The Roman.
I wouldn't want to go switch at it, but I can't back Rodeo 7. You get a lot of pop on a
I think
back Rodeo
Roman's
7.
is just a cork front, like the...
No, he does switch.
It's a cab?
Yeah, it's cab. Yeah, it's cab. You switch.
That was cranked.
I don't know. I think you get more pop on a back rodeo, so I go back rodeo. It's safer to get over, you know. All right, next one. What's your pick 2, Jody?
Pick 2, I will go with the Red Ledge. I have to. It's I'm in Canada. That spot has been smashed into my head since I was a young kid, and it's an iconic feature. Whether you started watching rail snowboarding in the early 2000s and even till like today, a couple people are still filming on it. It got painted a different color. It got gray for a bit, I think, and now it's back to red. But standout clip for me on that would be Keegan Valeka in Bozrec 2. He does a switchback lip to regular, and then he follows it up with the steeziest frontside 180 because they had to take all the snow from the stairs and put it at the bottom. So it built like this like ramp. And so you switch back lip like right in the middle, and then he bucks and goes to regular, and then he lands and he does a front 180 out. Also cab 270s it. And so yeah, Keegan, Bozrec 2, Red Ledge.
Beautiful.
Norm?
I'm going to go Joe Sexton, Omaha, Nathan Hale, long 50-50. That clip is crazy. 6-year battle. Yeah, I don't know. That's nuts. Another like just game-changing kind of clip. Also, we went there and false flagged everybody into thinking that Cable front boarded it. So
nice.
It was a good time. Yeah.
Sick.
Sidebar, 2 50-50s are your 2 most iconic. I'm just shedding light on that.
Yeah.
Pat, go ahead.
Oh shit. I'm gonna go Burlington High. Once again, heading towards the rail stuff and nostalgia and OG clips. JP Walker, Switchback 2, once again. Fuck, I just love back 2s. So, and Jeremy Jones, back 450. Come on, let's go. Whew. Iconic.
Whew. All right, I'll jump in here. I'm gonna go with the Rick Scranton hip. It was a little before my time, but the more I've learned about snowboarding, the more I've learned about how impactful that moment was for snowboarding. So yeah, the Rick Scranton hip.
Yeah, good pick. I'm going to go with the Mother. It's a step down in Whistler. There's the Mother and then there's the Stepmother. Basically, it's 2 different starting points at the top of this infamous step down that Rube Goldberg and Tyson Carmody found while filming for, I forget the name of the video. And Rube kneed himself in the face, and Tyson, I think, landed a front 5. And I think that, at least in the Whistler area, it kind of changed people's perspective to just see like how big you can actually go on a snowboard. It's before the Chad's Gap and a couple other things got unlocked. And then shortly after, Devin, in one of his more iconic full parts, I would say, not his most iconic, but I think the Devin Walsh form, that part solidified him when he filmed that as one of the greatest backcountry snowboarders of all time. And then he continued to film another 15 years of video parts. And Devin did a Switchback 1 and Switchback 5 on that ended his part and formed that, which arguably could have ended. I think they could have ended the form that video on those 2 clips. When you watch them, it filled in really big that year, and it's like a 60-foot solid step down. Like he goes off the top of like top deck. The Stepmother, top ropes. So Stepmother gets hit quite a bit, and there's a lot. It's still really big, and it films great. And then the Mother is just a Whistler staple. If you want to show that you can like hang with the best of the best, you hit that jump. And Red Gerard, front sev tail, Ben Ferg, switchback 5, John Jay, front 180 to switchback 9, Rusty and Solers have hit. Like everybody that's the best of the best is kind of launched their careers in one way or another on that huge step down that I'm
also,
too scared to hit.
Remember Devin's Switchback 5 sequence cover? I think it was Transworld. So
that's Gas Drop.
Oh, that's Gas Drop.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Scott Surface sequence, absolutely bang. But they look similar, and it's in the same zone. It's in Rutherford.
For some reason I thought that was Mother and Stepmother. Like those are the two different. But Mother's the one that you just described all those tricks on.
But that sequence of Devin where he doesn't move like a muscle. Yeah, that's a gorgeous sequence.
God,
Scott Surface photo.
Whistler credibility just went out the window. Okay, Norm, what you got?
I'll go just OG East Coast deep cut. So Lake Raponda. Chris, you know what I'm talking
There's
about.
There's about 15 people that will know the rail you're talking about.
Yeah, but if you know. But if you do know, it's a great little piece of steel. The only piece of steel in the Southern Vermont area. Everything else is wooden.
Natural speed. You come through the woods.
It's great.
Notable. Scott Stevens front board fakied it in his first Thanks Brain part. And other notable, Austin Granger always claimed hardway front 270 on that, which is the most outrageous couch claim of all time.
Yep. I 50 front 3'd it when I was about 17.
Woo!
Yeah, no biggie.
That one hits different.
Yep.
All right, Pat,
sick.
what you got?
I love that clip of Scott. I'm going DC Mountain Lab.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up with the little crew we had. We got stay at my buddy's condo as just little sperms. We had watched DC Mountain Lab 1.5 on repeat many times before going to ride. And watching Bittner and all those dudes shred that place. It was something non-obtainable that made you want it really bad. And that solidifies my pick.
All right, I'm going to hit Baker Road Gap. Shoot's amazing. So many iconic images that came out of that thing. You're flying over a freaking road. You see it on the way up. It's a proving ground for big dog tricks. You can kind of lump in the Cat Track Gap in there too, almost equally as iconic, but the Road Gap kind of takes the cake as far as a heavyweight iconic jump spot.
Yeah, this Austin Sweeten switch method. I always thought that one kind of stood out on the Baker Road Gap. That was kind of insane.
Yep. All right, these are the last picks. Fourth pick. What do we got?
I'm going Lucas Step Down. Another one in Whistler because we gotta shed. We didn't come down here for nothing, Jody. We came down here to shed some light on some iconic Canadian soil spots. And the Lucas Step Down is another feature. It's has a long in run, and it's got this really flat takeoff, and you just launch into about 500 feet of just vertical landing. And if you ragdoll down that thing, you go for a spin. And over the last 15 years of filming, I've seen so many crazy tricks live on that thing that I'm just like, every time somebody hits it, it's an all or nothing. You need to kind of land or you take a pretty vicious fucking Tommy on it. And I was actually at Mount Seymour celebrating Jeff Keenan, who passed away. He had like a Memorial Day, and the homies Rusty, Bryn, and Darcy Sharp went and hit it this year and packed out Jeff Keenan's name in the side of the snow on the in run in the new movie The Realm that's coming out. And they film a bunch of cool tricks that have kind of never been done on that thing, and it's got like this special. I mean, it starts off with Lucas hitting it in shakedown. He does a frontside 7. It's incredible. And ever since then, it just keeps getting more and more special to me because, I don't know, I'm not going to be in the backcountry forever. And I've seen a lot of my best friends film some iconic shit there. So it was special for it to like be one of these things that I watched in Winnipeg, shakedown, Lucas, just like absolute legend, to now seeing my friends go there and, remember Jeff and celebrate his life and get some bangers on that thing. So make sure you check out that film. Darcy and Bryn put a clinic on that thing, and it was nice to spotlight Jeff Keenan. Fucking love you, dude. Miss you dearly.
Shout out Jeff.
Well said.
Dinos, yeah.
Yeah.
Love Jeff. This next one's interesting because I feel like it's a one and done spot in an era of legendary spots being beaten down. But from Video Gracias, Tommy Gesme, rail, fence, rail, if you remember, it just, I don't know, it's just weird and cool. And
where he ollies over the fence.
Yeah. Another 50-50. Sorry, but
yeah. So 3 of 4 are 50-50 spots.
Yeah. Wait, so another 50-50?
Another. It's 2025, so we're just doing 50-50s. But yeah,
I love your nuanced answers, Norm. Great stuff. Pat, what you got?
Fourth and final pick. I'm going Chips Run, baby.
Chips Run, yes.
Let's go. Shout out to Deadlong. There's nothing like after having a good season going to Snowbird in the spring and riding with Lung on Chips Run in the slush.
Yeah, shout out to Deadlong.
Yep, couple beers, couple laps, couple chips, cat tracks, boom.
Put some respect on the OG.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last pick for the Mount Rushmore. I'm going to go with Battlefield Rail in Quebec City. It's a down rail. You may recognize the legendary Cab 270 to regular that Justin Benny did that kind of changed the game. Also, a lot of first tricks that had never been done. At the time, LMP did back 180 on back in the day. That was like the world hadn't seen that. Luif did the first ever back 270 to fakie on it. And for a rail kid, it was kind of like the perfect Great White Buffalo proving ground down bar trick that pushed the progression of street snowboarding for me when I was a kid. So as far as iconic spots, I didn't have any steel in my pick, so I needed to hold it down for the jib kids and go Battlefield Rail.
Was that a cover, Luif? Back to? Or was that a different one?
No, he back to fakie to green rail in Chicoutimi. That was the cover of Snowboarder. Shot fisheye with Ollie G. I was actually on that sesh, but that is a different down bar. A little bit heftier. I want to run through a couple notables that didn't get picked that people may be punching their steering wheel in their car that nobody said. Half Dome in Tahoe, aka I-80 rail, Mueller Park rail, Birthday Bowl in Alaska. That's where a lot of legendary things have been filmed by the Absinthe crew and Nicholas and Gigi and all them.
J-Rob.
Yep, J-Rob, back Rodeo 7. And we got an obscure pick, the Project X half pipe in Colorado in Silverton or Silverthorne. What else we got? The step down in the Mount Hood parking lot. A lot of people call it parking lot step down or dirty kicker. You got La Zone over in Europe that they all hit on the Swiss-French border. The Euros, that's probably the most iconic Euro zone. Gigi Zone, Sonikov, that's a lot of iconic stuff have been filmed there. Mammoth Deck Rail. Mammoth Deck Rail's seen a lot of action over the years. So Big Bear double set, Forum step down, a lot of the Mosquito Zone. There's a lot of spots, but I think we did it. I think we did a good picks for the Mount Rushmore.
Can I throw one more crazy one in there? The Kogard like front board or front lip rail.
Huge C
Swiss
down.
France. Yeah. That one's a hefty piece of steel there.
That one's major.
Yeah, I didn't pick like any single beatdown features. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Wish I would have picked one of those.
All right. Do you regret your picks, Jody?
No, they're okay. I stand by them. I like them all. They're great.
Okay, picture this. One day you're chasing POW, the next, street skating in a city you don't even live in. Whatever your vibe is, chill, bold, classic, wild, Cole makes headwear that adapts because style's not a fixed thing. Cole Headwear. However many hats you wear, make them Cole. And I'm also currently wearing a bonnet provided by Cole Headwear. Let me tell you, this thing is clean. So check out coleheadwear.com and remember, however many hats you wear, make them Cole. Joy doesn't wait, and neither should you. Icon Pass unlocks a full season of turns, trips, and memories you'll ride on all year.
Drop in on over 60 unique destinations worldwide with more park laps, more POW mornings, more après nights. Icon Pass delivers more joy all season long.
Starting at $349 adult, claim your pass today for as low as $0 down and 0% APR with a payment plan. Terms apply.
Your best days on snow don't happen by accident. Line them up today with Icon Pass.
Get your Icon Pass at iconpass.com. That's iconpass.com.
All right, we're going to jump into product talk. Huge news in the snowboard industry. 32, who's been making boots for 30 years, now is making, they released bindings last year, and now they're making boards, which is huge for 32. Pat Fava being the marquee pro for 32 boards. Pat, talk us through this whole deal and what made you want to jump on 32 boards and how did it come to be?
Well, first and foremost, grew up being a huge fan of 32, watching every spot check, ammo on repeat. Big fan of the team. You guys are what made it what it was. And shout out to Brad Alban, who is back at 32 now. He does Autumn Headwear, and him and Cook basically created the team that I grew up idolizing. So it's dope to have him back. He's really good at what he does. And yeah, like Brandon Hobush, Chris Brewster were some of my favorites back in the day too. And they were actually riding 32 boards, which they would make just for their team. Really wanted a 32 board as a kid. And that's kind of the whole full circle dream come true vibe that's going on right now for me. So very grateful for that.
You got a pro model board?
I got a pro model board, which is also a fucking dream come true. Thank you, Brian Cook. Thank you, 32. Yeah, just insane. If I were to tell my young little self that I would have a pro model and it's a 32 board, I'd be shitting my pants. So yeah, and it's pretty easy. I was already designing a board with Yes. You know, it's very unfortunate what happened with that, but it's very nice. The Nideckers at least gave the brand back to the OGs in a very chill way, and they could keep growing their uninked brand or whatever they want to do with it. So that being said as well, I was already working with Valentine, the board designer, who's really good at what he does, and we just kept the ball moving basically with what we were already doing at Yes. And now that is the board behind me. That is evolved to be an absolute dream of a board. My riding has changed a little bit of what I like nowadays. So I'm to a stiff board, camber, contact point to contact point. And I went with a classic round nose and tail, kind of old school vibe, and a little bit longer of a nose. So it's a directional twin. The graphic, working with Brad Alban, was very natural and easy, and he sent me a couple things over. And I was really liking this alley cat here in the dumpster. He kind of had the pool ball ready, and it's done by a guy named Keenan Schur. You've seen some of his work from Weekend Skateboards, Mob Grip, and Creature. And then the funny part about the name of the board actually was Brad Alban texted me. I think I was like driving or doing something, and this happened very naturally as well. There's no such thing as mistakes. Bob Ross, you know. He texted me after we kind of got the graphic moving a little bit, and he said, we need to think of a name for your board, something like XXX Pat Fava Pro Model. So I look at the phone, I say, yeah, that's great. That's perfect. I like it, XXX. And he's like, oh, well, that was actually just like a placeholder for a name. He's like, but that's actually kind of sick. Yeah. So I was like, dope. So I was like, maybe we throw like a booze bottle XXX in the cat's hand, and we can kind of keep that explicit theme going with the XXX name. So that happened very naturally, and pretty funny story. So yeah, I'm fucking grateful as all hell. Like, man, it's a dream come true. I don't know. I could send you photos maybe. You could put up, see the base and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we're also introducing a team. So very, very fucking stoked to have Bryn Alexander. I filmed some Footy Fiend stuff with him like many years ago. Always been a fan, and he just continues to grow to be one of my favorite riders currently. And yeah, stoked to have him aboard. Hopefully I can go build some jumps with that dude, and looking forward to that. We got Phil Hansen, another ATV, who's jumping on boards, bindings, head to toe. And we got Patrick Hoffman, who's a very creative snowboarder, and I did some filming with him last year and hanging out, and he's a good dude as well. And then, fuck, who else?
I think that's the main launch. It's you, Patrick Hoffman, Bryn, and Phil.
Yep.
And I'll jump in too, because I was talking to Cook the other day. I've been a part of 32 for 18 years. 18 years I've been going to the catalog shoot and all those things, and we have a really fun crew. I'm just on boots and outerwear. You obviously ride the boards and the bindings as well. But I think like the one thing that's really cool is our squad and these new additions to people that are riding the boards. It's a good group of people. And Cook mentioned something that they're opening up a bunch of new molds, right? Like you guys are developing a bunch of boards from scratch too.
Yeah. So basically, it's all from scratch, and I believe every board is camber, which is sick. I think that's a good route for snowboarding. I think it's
OG camber.
similar to what you said, you know, everyone tries all these new things, but it tends to come back to the original stuff. So it's nice to be all OG camber, and I believe we have 108 different sizes. And
damn, that's a lot of molds. That's a lot of money on molds. That's a big investment into snowboards.
Yeah, and shout out to the Nideckers for making this possible. You know, it's like, who knows what would have happened with the brand if it got sold to someone else, you know? So grateful that they're sharing technology, and they're made in a factory in Dubai, where I believe a lot of brands you see out there are made. And we're going with faster, lighter, stronger. So stronger, we're making really thick edges on the boards, which is nice. So that way, like, you don't hit a little rock and your whole board's screwed, you know? So that's sick. And then they're all centered bases, I believe, except maybe the kids' board, which is totally chill. And the boards are really light. So I've been riding it for a while now, and it's very durable, light, and super epic. So.
I got a question. So Bryn, you know, I feel like our crew's kind of tight. We've spent a lot of time together with 32. And then you got Bryn, who's relatively new to the camp. I know he went with you guys over to Europe to the sales meeting. How did he vibe with the crew?
Oh my God, dude. It was like he's been there the whole time. It was so funny because I think that was his first time to Europe as well. So he's like super hyped, like, damn, my first trip with 32 is to Europe. Like, sign me up. And, you know, sales meetings, especially with Cook and 32, they tend to get a little loose. So Bryn fit right in. We were just doing nothing but laughing our asses off the whole time. And I think he was stoked at the overall. He said that was the best sales meeting he's ever been a part of, I think.
That's legendary. That's good. Kid deserves a spot.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Also, in the news of 32, I got a leak on the new video. Congratulations on an amazing video part. I don't think this will be out by the time this comes out, so we can't talk too much about it, but I will say Pat Fava's jumping skills are fucking elite, dude. You kind of put your big boy pants on in the backcountry, and you know he's gonna hold it down on the steel. You know that. That's not a problem. But dude, we're talking. Can I leak a trick? Or
yeah, that's fine.
Front 10 tail. This guy does a front 10 tail into POW. Fuck, he's doing legit big boy jump tricks. Really fun to watch, Pat. Congrats on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. There wasn't much snow in the cities last year, so it was kind of a hard time for steel, I think, for everybody. And I'm just grateful to be able to go in the backcountry. Like I said, my riding is also changing over the years. I'm always going to love steel, but I'm excited to hit more jumps and learn new tricks and try to go bigger. And that's also what I designed this board for, to kind of handle it all. So, yeah.
I love it. A couple other notables. Joey Fava, coming of age part. Loved his part.
Finally.
Phil Hansen holding it the frig down, like going nuts. Just absolute weapon in the backcountry. Stevens has some notable hammers. Great friend section. I got 2 highly mediocre tricks in there, but I was happy to be in a video.
I was hyped on your clips.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So look out for that. Okay, in other news, maybe you could speak on this, Jody. I don't know anything about it, but I did see that Shorties is making a comeback. That's kind of in your neck of the woods. What's going on with Shorties?
Before we get to Shorties, one sidebar. Congratulations on getting a pro model.
Thank you so much, Jody.
That's a sweet milestone, and I like that those things get celebrated still, and it's sweet that there's still brands that put an emphasis on that, because it means a lot to the riders and stuff, and I think it builds like a better, like, if you as a rider get a pro model, you feel way more a part of that company, and I feel like there's a little bit more of an investment that's going both ways, and so I think that's amazing and well deserved. So congrats, boss.
Thank you, Thank you. It means the world, as well as I think that's what Brad and Cook, moving forward with 32, you know, they want to have bold graphics, take risks with that stuff, as well as continue to have pro boards, because a lot of brands you see are kind of stepping away from that, and I think they shine the light of its importance. So,
dude, let's just talk about that, because their tagline is like, I know we're pumping 32's tires big time, but I've been supported by them for 18 years, like I said, and their tagline is rider-driven snowboarding, and they truly do that. Like, we design products from the ground up. When it comes to boots, I've had a pro model boot for who knows how long, and it's really a privilege to be able to get to design something and put your name on it. And brands that do that, I salute any brand that does that. And so
that's. But to my question about shorties, what do you know about it?
18 years of support. Look where we are now. So shout outs to those sponsors that do that. Cause look at that money went somewhere that's changing the community for the better. It's incredible. So shout outs to all Granier's team managers over the day. The money was well worth the spending. Should give him a raise, dude. He needs a new coffee machine. No offense. Shorties, Devin Walsh. So as most of you know, I don't ride for shorties or anything like that, but I live in Canada, live in that neck of the woods. And a friend of mine, Rob Dow, legendary pro snowboarder, early 90s, mid 90s pro, Seymour local, and best friends with Devin Walsh. Rob Dow owns a company called Wired Snowboards out of Vancouver. And I think that they got the rights, and I think that this is me just speaking from how everything is making me feel right now, so kind of take it with a grain of salt. But I think Devin is getting really excited to get back more involved in snowboarding. I think that he had such a long career. I think his relationship with some of his past sponsors, I think that he hit a little bit of a burnout. He also had kids, and I think he kind of just needed to take a little hiatus away from snowboarding and being so involved. And I think through that, he realized he wants to be back so much. And I think that he's relaunching shorties with his close friend Rob Dow. So it's the next chapter. I think they're building a team. I'm not too sure of the intricacies, and I don't think that they're ready to share everything yet. But yeah, Devin's back on shorties. If you are if you're older, the videos Snow and Young Brown Walsh, Kevin Young, Chris Brown, Dion De La Salle, that whole team. So hopefully they get the whole team back, because I know all of those dudes are still boarding and logging hours. So either way, it's exciting to see a snowboard company like Shorties be in the hands of Devin Walsh and Rob Dow, and that they're going to bring it back. And, it's exciting to see Devin get involved back into snowboarding at whatever that is for him. Whatever bandwidth he wants to do, it's just there's a place for Devin Walsh, and we want him to be involved. You know what I mean?
Well said.
We don't want to just, leave the door open and be like, it's fine that he left. We want people you have Seth working here. Seth Hewitt. We need
the general.
Yeah, you want to keep the generals around. They're the generals for a fucking reason. Anyways, yeah. So shout out to Dev. It's nice to see him back, and yeah, he's boarding lots too.
It's bound to be cool. It's bound to be cool if Dev's involved. I feel like it's got to.
He's cool. He's naturally the coolest.
Okay, since we're in product talk, I got to keep leaning into some stuff. Obviously, Pat, you're riding the phase bindings.
Yes.
So everybody. Some people like them. Some people don't like them. There's a lot of genuine curiosity from people on our end about how the bindings work, if people are enjoying the process. What's been your experience riding these phase bindings so far?
I love them. It was simple. Obviously, me as well as everyone else was skeptical at first, but in the end, it actually is quick as hell, and it feels just like a normal binding. So. And now with the new 32 boots, they're making the heel and toes more round. And so it's just continuing to work easier, getting in and out of these things.
So the boots are designed to interface with the bindings.
Yeah, but it also gives the boot, if you're not riding a phase and still wearing 32 boots, it gives it that old school look of the rubber wrapping around the heel and toe like they did back in the day. So it's also a really cool look. But yeah, basically, with the new stuff, I keep my toe. I love to run my shit tight. I keep my toe as tight as possible, and the boot will still come in and out of the binding. And it's just you literally are just cranking down your ankle strap. So, yeah. And then this is my current model here. They let me do some of the art, which was really sick. And then this is going to be my binding coming out next year. Very simple, white, clean. And, yeah, I love them. So
does it help in the rail jams?
It does, actually. Yes, it is very quick. I'm not
I can see
lie.
that. Yeah, you're just boom, boom, right back down.
Yep.
All right, just quick and high level. If somebody doesn't know how phase binding works, just give me the 30-second elevator pitch. How you do this?
So basically, it's a damn normal binding. The high back is tilted a little bit back. You leave your toe strap done how you normally would. undo the ankle strap, slip your foot in, and then the high back snugs right against your back, and it never moves. And you just tighten your ankle strap. So very easy, very simple.
Cool. You're off the chairlift. You're jamming. You're good.
Yep.
I love it. Okay, cool. Well, people have a lot of questions about that. So, last question is: are the boards available this year?
So there is a board going out to shops to give gratitude to the people who sell 32, and there's going to be a couple limited releases this year, and then next year full in line. They got a full line of boards. I've seen them. Incredible artwork, incredible technologies, and I believe there's going to be like 86 like different molds or models and 100 sizes or something like that. So
damn.
So
all right.
inline 26, 27.
32. That's it. That's it for product talk. We did it. Norm, you got any product stuff you're jacked up on? Cotton outerwear?
Yeah. Not really, honestly. Just nothing revolutionary or new. Just standard hoodies, pants, same old. Nothing new.
Fucking right, Norm. That was sick.
Norm, I heard you like hate snowboarding from Squid. Squid said that.
Well, that's pushing it, I think, for sure. I'm not a big lift guy. I don't like to go up to Brighton, really, but I like hiking a rail.
Hey, love hiking a rail.
Hates chairlifts, loves hiking a rail.
Like
Norm, your stock's going up in my book.
I'll hike at Woody's sometimes, even though it's
a tough place to hike.
I know everyone's looking at you funny, but sometimes if you're there and no one else is there, you can get away with hiking.
There's more people than you realize that like have a setup in their backyard that are 40 plus that still hike a tube. You know, I have probably 3 friends back home, like Tyler Debacle, Josh Voggs, and Jesse Walker, and they are like, you know, all almost 40 or 40 years old, and that's what they're into, you know? They want to get their cab 2.7, their half cab nose press back 180 and still got it. You know, they got kids and they're working on the farm and they log that hour to get like a couple clips every day. I love that.
Well, it's like it's therapeutic, like for sure. Just because like, at least for me, I don't like to snowboard with anything in my pockets, like at all. So like, I'm just like fully like, I have nothing on me. And if I'm like hiking, it's like fully like trying a trick. It's like doing a puzzle. It's like you just kind of like throw it out, and then over time it like kind of starts to fit and make sense.
A little problem solving.
Yeah.
I like the chairlift personally because I like the jokes that come along with it. But that's
with your homies, it's nice.
All right, this is a good question. This is from Instagram question from Andy Stengel. Snowboard purgatory for life. Would you rather be in the same POW lap or rope toe park lap the rest of your life? If you could only pick one, what are you taking? Jody, I'll give you this one.
POW lap all day.
Okay.
Yeah, POW lap.
What if it gets tracked out though? Because POW's like doesn't just refill.
Oh, but like I thought it would be like this like kind of dream where like I get to ride the POW lap and I get to do it again over and over.
Oh, okay, that changes things.
Because if you're right in the counter, then you people that are gonna pick the rails need to ride it with all the ruts. You know, those ruts are going to get deep at Highland.
Parks,
no groom.
Parks have park crews. Backcountry doesn't.
Oh, shit. That's true.
God, this one's got me fucked up. Norm, what you taking?
Park lap.
Yep. Pat?
I don't know. Is there like a nice cheese wedge bill with an extra
Is there
block?
like poppers? Like, are we talking?
Like
if it's just wiggling down a POW run, I'm taking rope toe all day long. But if we're talking like nice poppers,
like swimming pools built with a fresh landing every time, I'm going fucking swimming pool. You know.
But think about longevity. When you get to be 80, you know your legs might not be able to hold up to the compression of the takeoff of a swimming pool. You could probably still board slide a rail.
True.
Yeah. I'm going rope toe. Keeping it OG.
I feel there's a part of me that's like, dude, you should have said rope toe. But I do really enjoy a top to bottom, Old Faithful Whistler Blackcomb, our lap that we've been riding for. I mean, I've almost been there for 20 years. We ride the same run every time it snows over 20 to 30 centimeters, and we have the same 10 to 15 people that do that run, and we all see each other at the. If it snows, it's like you don't have to say anything. You just do that lap, and it's like you just close your eyes. You know the whole run, and you just go down. It's the best.
Sick. Yeah, I'm going POW. The way I see it, rails,
Pat.
rails are always going to be there. POW is like you don't get it that often. So
Powder prison and purgatory. I love it.
Norm doesn't even grab, dude.
That's true.
I don't want to grab on board.
Nose high melons. All right, I got a topic. I think this is very fitting for Norm and Jody. Pat, you're in your prime, so this one might not apply to you as much. But I think this goes for any office worker struggle, right? All of us, we spend a lot of time behind a computer, and we have a pretty solid skill set. We've been snowboarding for a long time. We can do tricks. Sometimes the board starts to feel a little further away when you go to grab. The spin takes a little more effort off the takeoff. I guess, how do you battle staying good at snowboarding while staring at a computer? For media guys that are trying to be double threats, right? You guys are media guy double threats. Might put my name in that hat too. What's the ticket, Jody?
So what's the ticket on
how do you not lose your tricks? How do you stay decent at snowboard? I'm struggling with it.
Okay, so if I'm being honest, the one thing that I've realized about myself is that it really is about hours on board. There's those naturally talented freaks of nature like Jed, who probably could take 3 years off and be still that good, or Scott Stevens, or the list goes on. I don't really got it like that, so I got to put the hours in. So I'm really good at when the season starts at prioritizing snowboarding. But snowboarding has shifted a lot over the last 25 years for me, where it used to be just snowboarding was going snowboarding. And then for the last 20 has been filming. There's a bit of a transition for me right now where I'm still going to try and film really good clips. I'm putting an emphasis on that for sure. But this year in particular, I want to selfishly get more hours on my board and get back to that feeling of when you just feel good on your board and it's just everything's kind of clicking and it feels natural. I feel that it's not slipping away, but it's not as I got to work for it a little bit harder, and I kind of want to get it back like that. So I think hours on board for anybody who's not a freak of nature that's insanely naturally talented at everything, which I think 95% of people, the only reason why you're good at something is because of how much you do it. And so I'm going to put an emphasis on snowboarding this winter and going a lot and doing and working in the evenings, because I run the whole ship at Airtime, and so I'm editing. Last year I did 20 or 32 videos I edited on top of snowboarding and stuff. And so the focus is going to be riding in the morning, and I've set up a different lifestyle now where I drink and I party way less, and of course I like to celebrate every once in a while, but time and a place. And so I am able to get up a little bit earlier, and I'm just going to go ride the hill from 8 till noon or 11 and then get home and get my work done and just make it happen. That's what I want to do, and that is my focus this winter. And I think that you asked me a question that I've been telling myself for months. I'm no, I really want to still film and ride at least at a better level than I feel I've been at the last two. And it got kind of hindered when I was just working too much. You know what I mean? I was really putting too many hours into Airtime and filming. Sledding, you don't snowboard that much. And so this year I might just not go sledding on the cloudy day and be I'm going to go ride the hill in the fog and get some tricks back, because some of those are the best day. And when you prioritize filming for a full year, ask any pro that's a pro, you start riding less. And I want to get those hours back up.
Norm, what you got?
Well, I think I have a different situation than a lot of other people. I'm lucky enough to be in a job where everyone who I work with has either been there or understands that, or is still snowboarding. But and I think it also depends on the season too. Early season, if I'm going to Bone Zone or Woody's, then I'll work in the mornings and then go up at noon, because it's still going to be good at noon. But then if I'm on a trip, it's usually kind of the opposite, snowboard all day and then try and catch up on work at night. We move our weekly meetings to nighttime in the winters so we can all snowboard during the day, which is awesome. And also there's just a lot of downtime and traveling. If you're going to be spending all day driving to get to some city, set up a hotspot in the car on my phone and work on my computer. But yeah, I don't know. It's just about getting ahead. And the same thing too, if you're in school, just be organized. Like, because I was doing the school and filming before. Now I'm doing work and filming, and it's like, yeah, just know what you have to do and know how you can get it done, and then like everything else will be so much easier.
Well said. Well said. Love to see it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break with a message from our good friends over at Woodward Tahoe. That's Boreal Mountain for you. And if you don't know, snowboarding was pioneered on Donner Summit just around the corner. And if you want to keep the tradition alive, we recommend you get some laps in over at Woodward Tahoe. They got the best park in all of Tahoe. There's no denying it. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Well-groomed, creative parks. You can't get enough of it. And get this, they got night riding, the only night riding in Tahoe. Their chairs are spinning with full lights, great visibility until 8 p.m., 7 days a week. If you want to get your reps up, just like the pioneers did, head on over to Woodward Tahoe.
All right, Shredders, listen up. With over 30 years in snowboarding, Vans continues to deliver top-shelf snowboard boots for not only their diverse roster of athletes, but everyday riders worldwide. There's literally something for everyone in the Vans range of snow gear. However, we're here to talk about the Infuse, Vans' most popular all-terrain, all-condition boot, featuring hybrid BOA and lacing systems that are built for maximum customization of fit and flex. Embraced and backed by new-gen riders like Ken and Cummins, the Infuse is designed for performance that stands up in any terrain. So hit up your local Vans dealer and check out the Infuse and the rest of the 25-26 Vans Snow lineup.
All right, we're going to get into heater clips. We got a beautiful soundbite from Danny Davis for our intro now.
Heater clips, it's the new clips of the week.
All right, heater clips. Here we go. First clip. This is probably my favorite clip I've seen of the winter so far. And there's no snow involved whatsoever. It's from, I'm going to do my best to say your name well, Daisuke Sato. Snowboarding on a waterfall. No snow in sight. Here we go. Dropping in. Boom. Ping pongs off of a rock. I saw Danny Davis left a comment on that. Can we get a pulse check? Which was fantastic. Seems like he was okay, though. Norm, you have any thoughts on this clip?
Are these is this the homies from Japan?
I believe so.
Who go down the water funnel chute at like the dam or something? You know what I'm talking about?
I do know that clip. I'm not sure. I don't know enough to say if it's the same squad.
It's giving that vibe at the very least.
Yeah,
which I enjoy.
Yeah, that's pure passion. That's just pure passion. If you're ping ponging off of waterfalls and no snow in sight.
Did he break his femur? Like, what happened there? Like, what is this guy doing? Like, complete disregard for one's safety. Mm-hmm. Imagine filming that. He's like, drop, and you're like, I don't want to. Like, he's gonna have a broken femur and be in the water.
I saw in the comments he's actually okay. He was fine. So,
what was he hoping to do there?
I'm not sure, but I just like where his head's at.
I think he overshot, and he was trying to get in the water, and he overshot to the pillow.
I think he was kind of going like pillow line. I think that was
water. Thinking the water would loosen it up and bounce, and then you just stick.
All right, next clip we got Ryusei. It's a double alley-oop rodeo. It kind of reminds me. It gives me OG Daniel Frank vibes. You don't see a lot of frontside alley-oop tricks in the pipe. This one caught my eye. I think it'll be a really cool addition. A lot of big half-pipe tricks coming up for the Olympics this year, but this is something new and different. I don't know if it's switch or regular, but double alley-oop Todio, and then he reverts it around at the end. I'm going to butcher. I'm not going to try to call what that trick is, but it's beautiful. Jody, you have thoughts on it?
Oh, I would get so hurt if I tried that.
I think everyone.
My thought is it's absolutely incredible, but it's mind-blowing that that's a trick right now. Like, way too, like, there's no way he probably rode out and it probably wasn't even that exciting for him. Like, look, oh, he is hyped. He's hyped. Oh, that's how hyped he should be. That was incredible. Way to go.
Yeah, I like the direction. You don't see frontside alley-oops in the pipe much, and you made it look really good.
Photo would have been good too.
Yeah.
A lot of like the snow that's packed on his tail there that kind of released when he goes up.
It looks like
photographer's dream.
It looks like it feels so nice.
Yeah.
To like flip in that access.
He should do it where Elston did it, and then they could shoot a photo to cover.
Yeah, that would be a good cover. Yeah, that's a good call. Come and switch to that big old cornice looking thing. All right. Next clip we got is a street clip. A lot of the videos haven't dropped yet, so we don't have a lot to work with, but this is from Jonas L. Oranta. I think I butchered your name. I'm sorry. Front blunt 270 through a kink. Nice offering. Just kind of what the rail wants. He served it up. I was a fan of this clip. Norm, you are a street technician. You got any thoughts?
It's a sick spot. Like, honestly, like if you find a spot like that, it's kind of epic. And yeah, like you said, that's kind of the trick it's asking for. I don't know. There's a similar spot in the first Atlas, and Tommy did the similar trick. He did the front one same way on the down, C, down. So if you find a spot like that and it's that way for you, you're just kind of asking for it.
Something to be said for doing the trick that the spot wants.
Yeah. You never want to force like a trick that just doesn't make sense. Like if the spot is, wanting a trick.
Like if it's calling for a 50-50, hit it.
There's nothing wrong with the 50-50 if that's what it's asking for.
Yeah, like a long rail in Omaha or something like that.
Exactly.
Or like a big kink rail that Spencer hit.
The green bindings too, eh? Like we're changing. Style's changing quick. There's going to be a lot of color, I think, in the next couple of years. Black everything, I think, is going to fizzle.
Next clip we got is Jed Sky, a big fan of this nose blunt block. I don't know exactly what we call it. Some people call it blunt block. But back nose blunt to a block. A lot of people might watch this and be like, oh, I think I could do that. I assure you that you can't. That shit is so hard. Pat, you could actually do this. Probably.
I don't know. I would definitely slam a lot trying. Yeah. That was amazing, Jed. Fuck, big fan of that one.
Also,
right on the corner too.
That was a welcome to the team edit for Nightaker. So huge congrats to Jed for getting on Nightaker boards. He deserves support. Love to see it. And also, I love how that clip looks in the fisheye.
He went so smooth in there, just like.
That's my favorite clip so far out of the batch.
Good flex on the board.
Yeah.
Jody's favorite pick out of the batch. He gets the Jody stamp of approval on that one.
Dude, his ride away? Dude, that was Steve.
Fucking sleeping.
All right, next clip we got is classic Rene Renecongas. Just doing what he does. He's changing the jump game here with these. Starts it off with a front three, coming into jump number 2. It's a nollie back rodeo, crazy axis spin. I don't know if it's a 12. I think it's a 12, but
let's count.
It's just a beautiful looking spin. Tail grab.
Yeah, beautiful.
He's playing with fire on that takeoff though. Let's be honest. He is 1 degree away from hooking his heel edge and not doing so well. Can we get the takeoff? Oh my, yeah, I don't know. If I was his couch, I'd be like a couch. How do you say that word again?
Couch. You said it right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I would give him some pointers.
Yeah,
he's got to slow those shoulders down on the nollie backside 1260 tail grab. Rene, if you're listening to this, you got to slow it down on the takeoff a little bit, brother.
Beautiful work.
From a guy who's struggling at back sevens right now. He's drifting to the ungroomed portion of the landing.
All right, the last clip we got for Heater Clips this week is Mayamuto. It's a big rotation. We haven't seen one of these babies in a while. This is a 2340. You're getting into the 2000s here. Holy smokes. Pretty heavy move. Norm, I feel like you're pretty much an expert on these level of rotations. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, this is my bread and butter. But with these, I feel like it's I don't understand how you stop, if that makes sense. Like I feel like if just looking at it from afar, it would seem you would want to just keep spinning once you hit the ground and then catch edge. And I don't know how these people stop spinning, but I guess they do because people keep doing these tricks. But yeah, I have no idea.
I thought you were gonna say you don't know how he grabbed melon.
Yeah, well, I mean that too.
I'm just trying to get latched onto melon.
The
minus the rotations.
The 23 I could do. The melon, I think, is where I would be drawing the blank.
That'd be a 23 with no grab.
Yeah, just kind of.
Do these? I need to talk to one of these 2340ers. Do they know where they are in the air? You think they know they're spotting it?
You can't.
It looks like a spot. Like you have to be able to stop. Like how.
Dude, he's counting.
It looks like that last.
It's like 1080 snowboarding.
Yeah.
18365 1080 1440.
hole in your palm, spinning the fucking.
Yeah, like that looks like AI or some shit.
It does.
Like, that's
it looks
insane.
totally fake.
Do you think it is?
It does look fake.
It could be.
I mean, that's gonna be some bomb hole hot takes in a couple years here, like some clip that somebody films alone.
Yeah.
I just went there alone with the filmer and we filmed this crazy banger. You're like, dude, you got to have a backup squad watching that shit so people are like, it's not AI.
Even now, you can do like the Sora, whatever AI that people are doing, and like because we were talking about the other day, we were joking like, oh, you should put like someone's face on an already existing part and have one of the homies like have, you know, someone's part in this video, and it's just like some random homie. And I don't know, we were like wondering like, we wonder if that's possible. If not now, it's certainly gonna be possible later. But like, I don't know.
It's even like the shrimp daddy who, after the tray flip went down from your boy Jocelyn, and then the dude who tried it before him, like they faked the land with the AI, and it was so funny, dude. But like, damn near a lot of people probably wouldn't question that if it came out.
Straight up.
So
deep fakes.
Pretty interesting
in snowboarding,
stuff.
100%. One thought with this too, as a guy who spent some time in the broadcasting booth, calling these big rotations like we call locks open. It gets pretty difficult as they get in, you know, once they get past 1440, 16s, 18s, 19s, 21s. Like, good luck to the broadcasters having to figure out what the spins are. Because that is an art form in itself. You gotta watch a lot of big rotations to know what the hell's going on.
Well, you're gonna need some time to give in the score. Like, you know, if you're a judge, you're gonna need to rewatch that to be like, was that a back 18 or is that a back 2160 or whatever?
Do they have computers?
No. Raymer. So Raymer's involved with this. A lot of times he's a trick caller. So they have judges, and then they have somebody whose specific job is to call tricks. And somebody like Raymer, who watches every fist contest and judges, I got to give them their flowers. Like, they know what every rotate. They're not like, I think that was a 19. No, they know. If you watch a fist practice and then you watch qualifying and you watch enough big rotations, you start to get an eye for it, I think. And these judges actually do know at least what the rotations are.
Yeah. I mean, that definitely doesn't look like a back 16. You know what I mean? Like, that looks like a back 21 fucking 89.
2340 is what it was. So you were still wrong.
I'm sure you partially know watching.
I don't know.
Practice and stuff.
Yeah.
You probably know what they're trying.
I get lost after a 900. Let's be honest. Like when I was chucking back in the day, that was a 9. I was like, here we fucking go, buddy. 9 is that's what it felt like. But apparently now that's like the slowest rotation for one of these. Like, I mean, shout out Sam Taxwood too. You know what I mean? He rode really well at wherever he was. I mean, that method that he did, that photo.
Oh,
with
I forgot to put that on the heater clips. Yeah, let's put that on there. Yeah, the method that Sam did was definitely stand out in the pipe.
Also, speaking of legendary spots, what was it? Pyramid or Chaz? He did switchback 5.
No, it was Pyramid.
Heater, come on.
Yeah,
coming in. I mean, switch.
Yeah, Pyramid's been kind of smashed on. Nick Baden's back 10 on that's fucking a hammer. Big Air Jares. What, front 12 on that thing? It's perfect landing. His style with the grab is kind of like the melon we were talking about. You know, when you pick it up and you got like the nose high melon. It looked a little weird.
Did Seb, was it Chad's gap or Pyramid? Did Seb buck front flip?
Yeah, that's Pyramid. Front flip and back rodeo 9 nose grab.
Front flip's an epic trick on that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
That's my dream, just to do a huge fronty off.
How do you know, imagine if you just overcooked that thing like a half a degree. Oh, buddy. Thoughts and prayers to your shoulder after that one. All right, we got another segment here called Norm's Greatest Hits. I don't know. I didn't put that much effort into looking for your footage, Norm. I'm sorry. It was really like this is about an 8-minute process. So it's some of Norm's more notable clips, but let's pull them up. Let's see what we got on the screen here. We're going to open up. Jody, I'm going to give you the reins on this one. What's happening?
He's coming in switch. He's doing a cab 270, locks it perfect, and then bucks out with a pretzel, rides away. Great kit. Really good kit.
On the Freddie Perry.
Thank you.
Like,
on the Perry, yeah.
Walk us through this thing, because I know Spencer Schubert Cab 2 regs this thing, and that was
Spencer Schubert Cab 2
fakey.
Cab 2 to fakey, and also hit me up immediately when this video came out and was like, you know, and maybe now we have some beef, but no, I love Spencer. I respect Spencer. He's awesome. But I do love how, now I can at least have one thing on a great snowboarder like that where I can.
You one-upped him.
I one-upped him.
Yep.
But he was a good sport about it. So.
All right, walk us through this clip, dude, because this is Tech-Nar superstar action right here.
This one's in Milwaukee, famous spot. This was our first day there. We went there the night before and kind of like cleared everything out because it was kind of overgrown and made a little runway through the trees. And I was hitting this with a cable. He wanted to switch back to it. He never ended up doing it. Found a different rail to switch back to.
Gap or through?
He wanted to go through it and never ended up doing it. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of
Did you claim Cab 2 pretzel
Yeah.
prior to going to it?
Yeah. Well, we had seen that, like, we went from Omaha to Milwaukee and we were kind of talking about this on the drive and I was like, oh shit, like, I think I can Cab 2 press to this, like, because I had a theory that it would be easier on a kink rail just as opposed to a down rail, just because the kink will like stop your rotation. And so it's not a Cab 2 pretz 2, it's like a Cab 2 pause frontboard pretzel. And it's like, all right, well, I guess this would be a rail to find out on. And then, just kind of started trying Cab 2, did a Cab 2, and then started trying like Cab 2 pretz 2, and then did one pretty good, or like I would have taken it for sure. And then someone was talking to Dylan at the bottom. I think it might have been like maybe Benny Marms or Cable or someone, but like basically I do a Cab 2 pretz 2, and I was like, I did the Cab 2 pretz 2. And Dylan's like, I didn't film it. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then, so then went back, and this was the second one I did. It was like, probably like, I don't know. I drank like a Gatorade and tried to reset, and this was about like 45 minutes later maybe. So yeah, I did 2 of them.
Imagine if you never did another one, how resentful you'd probably be at Dill.
No. I will say it wasn't
more energy.
No. It wasn't Dill's fault like at all. Like this one was like I think I would shout or something from up top and be like, I'm coming in, because it was kind of a long runway through the woods. And I said that, and then I think someone was just like chatting with him. So I don't think it was a him issue. I think it was more of maybe we'll call it Benny Marms. Although, shout out Benny Marms. I love Benny Marms.
Sounds like you have kind of like a bad crew that you're working with.
No.
Sounds like Benny Marms was the problem on this.
Well, Benny Marms is always the problem. No, I'm kidding. I will say, though, about Dylan and Benny Marms, like, they have fully taught me everything I know about street snowboarding, like, fully. Like, this was my first year, like, traveling and filming for Anthill, and they kind of, like, showed me everything because they are both goats and they know what they're doing. And so, like, this was, like, a big learning year for sure.
Firm on the takeoff. Are you hand packing that thing, or are you putting bottles of water all over it?
A lot of water.
I got a question. Do you have a toe edge rut when you do your Cab 2s? Or is it fully off the heels?
I don't know.
Because it almost looks like your toes, you're so flat based.
I will be honest, I really don't do Cab 2s. Like, before this, I was kind of like, I want to Cab 2 press do this, but I hate Cab 2s. Like, I really can't Cab 2.
What?
That's what I thought. But I was like, that's what I kind of thought. And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like saying this, and Dill was like, have you ever Cab 2 to kink rail? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then I did this, and I was like, I gotta be honest, like, I Cab 2 kink rail like junior year of high school, maybe, like at the park, and it was like a thick tube. And I was like, I really haven't Cab 2 to kink rail.
Respect.
Yeah.
Dude.
Big respect.
All right. What else we got on here? Silk, cue up the next clip. Hard way back. Oh, I like this one. People that haven't done double slides in the streets, committing in the middle of the stairs, heavy. But probably not that difficult.
This clip never got used. Yeah, this was like, I think like 3 or 4 tries, maybe. I just, this was in Flagstaff with Jeff Holst, Blake Lamb. We went kind of rogue, random trip just because it snowed there, and I was still in school, so this was like just like a weekend trip. But
are you aiming for a tail slide, or are you aiming for no slide, or are you just aiming for the middle?
I was kind of just aiming right down the middle just because I was like, oh shit, like.
Well, you got to think of it like a front tail so you don't ping your tail. If you think of a nose slide, you'll ping your tail on the way up.
I think one of the first ones, I forget which it was, but I was like, I got to like really like just like over exaggerate getting up there and like waiting a lot before turning. And yeah, I don't know. It was definitely super scary, but pretty quick, I would say, just like a couple tries.
Oh, this one we pulled. This is from the Dust Box contest, which I think you won, right?
Yeah.
I don't think this is necessarily like footage-wise the cleanest pretzel you've ever done, but it was kind of a Norm's greatest hits moment winning the Dust Box Rail Jam at the Delta Center.
Yeah, I don't know. That was, I will say though, super fun. If anyone from the box is listening and wants to do another one of those, that was awesome. Just like an awesome day and all the homies out there, and it was sunny and fun and everyone was just hanging out. Yeah, I don't know. The rail was kind of getting a little wobbly, but it worked out a little bit. Yeah,
you won the contest. It worked out great.
I did win.
Nobody could even go down the rail.
Well, I was all like, I got all juiced up before because I mean, has not aged well at all. But at the time, that new Kanye documentary had come out, and it was, and they were like talking to him, and they're like, when he won his first Grammy, they're like, if someone had told you a year ago that you'd be winning a Grammy, would you believe them? And he's like, yeah, a year ago I was telling everyone I would be winning a Grammy and no one believed me. And I was like, damn, all right, good for him. And then I remember I was talking to, I think maybe like Keegan Hossafras at kickball one night. And he's like, who do you think's going to win? And I was like, I'm going to win. Fuck it. And then I was just like there and I was like, I kind of wish I didn't say that. Now I kind of got to at least do something or try. But
what was that, 5K?
4K. But
dude, that's
yeah, and then went to beer bar and I spent like $500 at beer bar, 10%.
Yo,
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah.
Dude,
Lay it down.
Cicerelli wins like 120 grand at fucking NSTs. But he's like, hey, everybody, you guys want some like nachos? You're like, bro, you owe us like 12 grand. Like, dude, dude, I want a massage tomorrow and like a fucking dude.
Well, it was like, because I remember everyone was like, oh, you're buying drinks tonight. And I was like, all right. And then I hadn't gotten paid yet. So I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh, like I think I spent like a bunch of money. And I looked, I was like, I spent $500 at beer bar. And I look and I have like $40 in my bank account. And I was like, oh, I got to get paid.
Respect.
Yeah.
This is a park classic from Norm. Another front board pretzel on the long balance rail at Woodward. That's a certified.
Let me guess, you've never done a front board on a kink rail before you tried this.
No. Well, shout out Woody's, by the way. I feel like I haven't given Woody's the proper respect yet in this group chat, but the best. I love Woody's. That is the only place really that you'll catch me snowboarding in the winter.
Was this chairlift or hike?
Good question.
This was hike. This was hiking.
How many tries?
This one, this was like probably like, I want to say like 5th try maybe, but then I like kind of, throw my hands up and then ended up hiking it for like another like hour and a half and never did it again. But yeah.
That rail scares me. I don't know why.
Square bar is sketchy.
Square bar sucks. I will say though, the dogfight rail was awesome and it's gone and it's heartbreaking.
And you front board pretzel that baby too.
Yeah, but that thing's so perfect. Like as far as like quad kinks at like resorts go,
double kink,
they're
triple kink. Well, what are we talking? We have 3. For the record, well, let's talk about kinks for a second because the thing that sparked this whole thing was Jody posting a photo of a park rail that said how many kinks that set the world on fire.
It's still nobody knows. Like, no, it depends on where you grew up. You guys, like, everyone has their own terminology. I go home and I'm like, nobody is agreeing. Everyone's like, count the bends. Other people are like, you count the downs. Other people are like, it's not the way.
It's the flat.
Well, people are like, you count the flat of the stairs or the flat of the rail.
Flat of the rail.
You count the sets.
Well, okay, the sets, that's what I mean. The sets is, I feel like, a very easy argument to, like, just pull apart because I was driving by a rail this winter and it was a single down rail, like just a down rail, but the set itself was 2 flat, 2 flat, 2. So it's like,
that's a kink rail.
Is that a kink rail even though there's no kinks? I think I put some on the garage door, just like rage bait. I was like, is this a quad kink? And it was just a down rail. So
that's a good debunk.
What do you call that thing?
That's a trip. This right here?
Yeah.
It gets complicated with the donkey. I mean,
okay, no donkey.
No donkey, double kink.
Yeah, same.
Well, my thing
kink.
is you don't start counting until it's a down, flat, down, flat, down. So a down, flat, down is a down, flat, down.
Or just a kink.
Or just a kink rail.
A kink rail.
A down, flat is just a down, flat. A down, flat, like right there is what I just said, a down, flat. And then it's a quad kink when it's a quad kink.
That makes no sense. Why would it be one and then fucking four?
Here's my argument.
The oldest?
Here's my argument. I'm 38.
Yeah, okay, Chris wins. And I agree with Chris.
So what I think about is in skateboarding, right? Snowboarding comes from skateboarding. Skateboarding, right? It started with, he kickflipped the double set, right? He kickflipped the triple set. The triple set, double set. It all starts from that vernacular. And then the fucking rail that goes down the double set is a double kink. The rail goes down the triple set is a triple kink. I think when you start it from the origins of like skateboarding and stairs, that makes sense. But then when you start off and you're looking at a park kink rail that's like in the ground and there's no stairs, I could see how that throws your brain for a loop. So Jamie Foy said it's a triple kink, end of discussion. He's Skater of the Year. Do you want them to take away his Skater of the Year trophy too? Do you think Jamie Foy is not credible? Where are we at on this?
I think it's just a different. You can have a different conversation in snowboarding. I feel like. I think we.
So should we change all the names of our grabs too? Like, should we just come up with our own names?
Well,
Air Railies.
Touche. I will say this though.
The back lip.
Should we change the name of a back lip too? Yeah.
I will say this though. Kink 1, kink 2, kink 3, kink 4.
No.
Down, flat, down, quad kink.
No,
but I don't count the kinks.
That was Sam. That was Sam Anderson's
welders here.
Sidebar, you put one of these with another double kink. This is one kink.
Count the downs.
Kink, then another
How many
kink.
kinks?
All right, sidebar.
Oh my God, I'm getting so mad.
There's somebody driving.
We've gotten nowhere in 3 years.
So, where are we at? Where are we
Next
at?
question.
You're the oldest dude.
I always thought I was like so incredibly right on this. I mean, I still do, but like I always thought, I always thought that not only am I right, but like everyone else agreed with me, and there was like a very few number of people who like were just like wrong, and then because like everyone else who I film with, like Dale, Benny, like we all count the same way. So like there's never any confusion if I'm like, I found a quad kink and everyone knows what everyone's talking about. But like we made like a Slush rage bait post on Valentine's Day. It was like, oh, like, are you a kink rail? Because I think there's been some, miscommunication about your number, like kind of like Valentine's Day joke. And in the comment, I put like tag someone who like you think counts wrong.
Kink shaming?
Yeah, kink shaming, exactly.
Kink shaming is very fun.
And I was like, oh, perfect. Like I'm gonna be so right in this thing. Like, watch the comments. Within like maybe like 4 or 5 seconds of the post being up, one comment and just from Robbie Meehan tagging me being like, you count wrong. I was like, God damn it.
So we've gotten nowhere.
Yeah.
We've gotten nowhere.
Question.
All right, so we'll be talking about this next week. Check in on how things have evolved with the kink rate.
Yeah, no matter how many kinks, though, this board will go through them super good. So
and Norm will be able to front board pretzel it as well. So the other clip we forgot to put on there is a Switch Hard Way Back one.
Yeah,
I meant to have that on Norm's
That was
side.
like a bookend for Milwaukee. I feel like that and the Cap 2 Pretz 2 were like first day, Cab 2, Pretz 2, last day, Hardway Switchback 1. And like, I don't know. I always like, those are the only 2 clips I got in Milwaukee. And I like it. And then I fucking broke the shit out of Dylan's taillight that same spot. I slipped off a rail on a side quest and smashed his taillight with my body.
Did you buy him a new one?
Yeah, I did.
The switch from 5.0 was sick too in Anthill.
Thank you. That's, I think, probably my favorite clip I ever filmed.
Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Certified.
Over the past 13 years, Patagonia's Pow Slayer series has earned a near mythical status among those seeking the steepest, deepest powder in the biggest mountains. These are the ones who let their tracks do the talking, who start before sunrise and leave behind lines as bold as they are nameless. The new Pow Slayer Freeride Kit is built for those riders.
All right, whether you're carving fresh powder or just heading out for your first runs of the season, the right gear makes all the difference. That's where Shady Ray's snow goggles come in. They've got the perfect goggles to get you started on the mountain, everything you need in one go without the hassle. And if you're the type who likes to customize your setup, they've got you covered there too. From lens swaps to strap options, you can build your own look and ride in your own style. And here's the best part. If your goggles take a hit, you're covered from day one with broken protection. And if they're just not the right fit, free 30-day returns make it easy to swap or send them back. So gear up with premium goggles built for the mountain with style and protection you need at a price that keeps it all within reach. So at the Bomb Hole, we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com, use promo code BOMBHOLE for 30% off goggles and polarized sunglasses. Be confident anywhere under the sun with Shady Rays, the eyewear that has your back.
All right, folks, we're taking a call from one of my favorite people, P. Mac, a Northwest legend. He's the team manager over at 686. He's a marketing guru and also a snowboarding guru. You might catch him serving up a beautiful front cork 5. P-Mac, what's going on in the Northwest? What's happening with 686?
Oh man, we just wrapped up our first premiere stop in Brooklyn, New York City this last week, and I just got back to the Pacific Northwest. We were out dropping Atlas 2 for the people out there. Super successful event, and had the whole crew out there. Threw down like a big snow ride day with everybody at Big Snow American Dream. They had like freshly redone the snow in Savannah. Rode up there and picked out the features, and I had to pull the boys out of there. And the premiere was ultra successful, super fun to have everyone out, and the boys put on a show per usual.
All right, well, let's talk about Atlas 2 for a second here, because Atlas 1, I would say, is a video that's on repeat. Norm, would you agree as a street?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Atlas 1, I think, well received amongst the snowboard community. Highly anticipated. Atlas 2. What's going on with this vid? Did Gesme bring some heat?
Oh, for sure. Gesme brought some heat. The whole crew, they stuck together super hardcore throughout the whole season. They basically never broke code, hardly ever went and did any shoots with any of their other sponsors. They stayed together, real tight knit. It's Cooper Whittier, and then we got Tommy Gesme, and we got Savannah Shinsky, and then we got Riley Nickerson, Robbie Meehan, and Forrest Bailey. Super stacked lineup, and everybody just they stuck to the code. They worked super hard. They just I remember booking flights for these guys December 22nd or something like that. They're I think they wanted to go to Bosnia or something like that, and I was just nobody wants Christmas with fam, and it's that kind of mode when you shut off the holidays, shut off your friends, shut off the world, and just focus super hard on making a film. And I think it shows, and Colton is obviously a wizard behind the lens, dude. All the respect goes to the boots on ground and the early morning battery chargers and you know how it goes, dude. It's they really just went all in on this project, and I think they're all very proud of it. And I think it'll stand with Atlas as a nice piece for anybody looking to get fired up to get out in the streets and put it on. But yeah, lots of rails I've never seen in any videos ever, and a constant. I think that they use all the Google Maps and whatever they can to build out and find spots that have never been hit, and to do things that blow their own minds, and that's what filming snowboarding is all about.
I wrote down a quote after speaking with you the other day, talking about the video. You said Cooper's footage is demonic.
Yeah, Cooper's footage is demonic, and you'll see kind of the energy with his part. And I don't want to give away too much here, but Cooper definitely puts it on, and there's some rails in there I know I haven't seen in anything ever, and excited for people to see Cooper in 686 putting it on. And Colton really did his thing, how he just goes off with the way, that he brings such authenticity to it, and fired up for you guys to see it. It's not that much longer. We've got Seattle tomorrow night, and then the next night we'll be in Portland. And then I have 1 week in between, and then we'll be in Salt Lake. So maybe even pop into the bomb hole and say what up when we got the whole crew with us.
Hell yeah.
And then outside of Atlas 2, we have backcountry film, Curveball. That's Keegan Hosfro. We got Keegan, Dara, Reed, McLean, and BMO, Mason Jar, and Matt Belzeal all in there, and possibly a cameo from your boy. But that one we're firing off tomorrow in Seattle. So super excited. Big shout outs to all the sponsors that helped with the premiere tour, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Wild Mike's Pizzas, Grillo's Pickles, and Drink Weird all came in and threw down and helped us kind of mobilize the crew for this moment. And, you know, the main thing is, like, we're rolling it out. Other than the New York premiere, we're rolling it out with Evo, one of our main retailers and partners. We've had a lot of success with them. Big shout outs to Evo and everything they do for the culture. And I think we had a lot of success with Atlas One when we did it in Salt Lake with them. So looking forward to growing it more.
What's the
and
date
hope
for the Evo premiere? Do you know the date off the top of your head?
Well, like I said, the 2 here, and then November 7th
in Salt Lake
City.
November 7th. We'll be there.
So pull up.
Hey,
bring your friends, P-Mac. Bring everybody you know.
PMAC, can I get you to go on record? Can I give you a request on air here right now for next year?
Of course, hit me with it.
I would love to see a PMAC Cork Front 5 in a Seattle Seahawks jersey over the Cat Track Gap, or the Pat Track Gap, as some call it. Can we get
what
that?
jersey you want me to wear?
Not a Geno Smith one. We know that.
No, dude. Those ones are on clearance at Marshall's right now.
OG Marshawn Lynch. Hit an OG Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, dude. You know, I got a good OG Steve Largent with the Royal Blue. I need to get a Smith and Jigba because he's kind of been going off if you got him on fantasy. The Hawks are moving, but like I said when I came on the bomb hole before, dude, we can't be talking about the NFL too much on here. We start losing viewership, and people start hitting that unsubscribers button. And dude, we don't want any. You know, we got to keep the people tapped in here. I understand, but no.
Up, if I was Slush magazine, Norm, listen up. And I got a photo came across my desk, and it was PMAC, who's been contributing to the culture for years as a pro, and now he's behind the scenes. He's making Atlas 2 happen. He's funding the dreams of what we all want to see in street snowboarding and backcountry snowboarding alike. And he's the kind of the captain of the ship over there. And he goes up to the Cat Track Gap. He does a Cork Front 5 in a Seattle Seahawks jersey. I'd put that on the cover, Norm.
I'd give it a cover.
That's what
I think. Thankfully, I think we agreed earlier that Bob Plum is the only one who deals with covers, so that's not for me.
All right, Norm can't officially make that happen. We call Bob though. I'd put that right on the front.
Okay. So I gotta make sure I do something nice for Bob when I come out there to SLC. Try to butter him up a little bit.
Yeah, butter up.
You know
Bob.
what? Actually, it's so funny. I just whipped down a couple blocks down the street from the crib and went to the local core retailer, Washington Wind Sports, my local skate shop that hooks me up with my trucks and wheels when I need to get my setup dialed, and they had the Slush mags there, and your boy got in the print. I got a little photo in the latest issue of Slush in the Big Air Jer article about the El Camino and Arbor trip that we did, and it's always an honor to get back in the mag. It's been a couple of years, and the mags are a little sparse these days, so you know, getting up in the print still feels the same. I still feel like a little kid, even though I'm old. Whipping over to the store and swooping the mag, so when my daughter gets off the bus here, I can surprise her with a little photo of Pops in the magazine. And dude, shout outs to the magazine and the media. We had a bunch of good media out at the event in Brooklyn. Jankum came out. We had Torman out there. Bulio, dude. The bomb hole was reposting it. Everybody's been really tapping into what we're doing and looking forward to more of that.
God, love to see it, PMAC. Cool. Well,
yeah, we're going to the streets are definitely going to want that Savannah Shinsky part too. Shout outs to the ladies. Like, she puts on like no other in this video. Super impressed with her footy. And yeah, like you know, Forrest, he does his thing. Coop's crazy. Robbie, Riley, and, you know, Gesme brings that style. So super hyped that it all came together. It's fun to share it with everybody right now.
Can't wait to see it, PMAC. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to, well, we called you. I was going to say call in, but I technically called you. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. Dude, anytime I see Gren Diesel and that old photo that I have from the Get Real days pop up on my phone, I get fired up, and I know that it's the voice of the culture, so we got to spit it to you.
Dude, that just brought back, do you remember when I was staying at your house filming for Get Real and I ran over my computer and focused it in my backpack?
Dude, you were probably stressed out because I had us teed up on a huge booter, and you had just come off a trip to Massachusetts, and you hadn't actually hit a kicker yet. And of course, in traditional Sarge fashion, I always want to tee something up and get the boys going. That was some super fun times.
What's the name of that gap? That thing was a Largo. Hugo Largo.
They call that one the Artist Point Road Gap. Yeah, that thing is El Largo. I'm trying to get BMO off that sucker. I know he's gonna put something down.
Landing's
on that.
flat from what I remember. It's like a downhill takeoff. Do you go cork front 5 or cab 5 on it? I can't remember.
I did a cab 5 on that one that day, and like I tried a front 5 and a front 7. I can't remember. I think Lubke got a back 7 maybe even that day. I can't remember. It's a little fuzzy.
Fuck, that was like almost 20 years ago now. Good times. Well,
I know. It's crazy. If you need that front cork 5 though, check that El Camino video. I got a little front cork 5 in there for you.
Woo!
That thing just dropped, dude. I'm stoked to see all the different projects going out right now. It feels really good to like, you know, see who, you know, which brands are stepping to the plate and feeding the culture with like the proper projects. It's like, I feel like that's the biggest gift that brands can give back to the game right now is like to truly fund projects, truly fund the media, put the money back and boots on snow and like, you know, let the squads cook. If you're not doing that, you're cooked.
Well said. Let the squads cook. If you're not doing that, you're cooked. I'm cooked. But PMAC, well said. Always a pleasure catching up with you. We're going to keep the show jamming, but thanks for calling in.
Legend.
Word up, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks for having me on. See you in Salt Lake November 7th. And, dude, big love to all y'all.
I'll see you tomorrow,
Bomb
dude.
hole for life.
I'm flying.
Okay.
Love.
Yes, I love it. Get up
tomorrow.
here. Okay.
Later, PMAC. Thank you.
Later, brothers.
Legend.
That was awesome.
PMAC killed it. Always talking about showing his daughter.
The photo was so good. That was fire.
They're doing the premiere at Evo. I know you stayed at Evo last night. How's your stay?
Oh, great stay. Yeah, actually, like truthfully, like, dude, it's been incredible. All the people that I've bumped into, the staff that's been working there have been super friendly. I like the cafe when you get in the front, which is delicious. Got a smoothie there this morning. Super nice, clean room, like spotless, you know, attention to detail. Like, no, like, do you know when you go in some hotels and there's like, you're like, there's black mold everywhere in here. And it's like,
or you're like sketchy stuff happened here. That's
totally. Like death on the walls. Yeah, definitely no one smoking in the rooms. And yeah, and the gym's fresh. I like the last 2 days.
Did the climbing gym?
I'm not a climber. I don't climb. I've climbed. I just don't climb. Yeah, I'm not a climber. I'm sure it's fun. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't look fun.
Were you on the treadmill or?
Yeah, what'd you do in the gyms to walk us through your workout this morning?
Okay, so I've been doing this thing where I go 13 and 3. So the speed is 3 and then the incline is 13. Apparently that's like the sweet spot for like shedding pounds. So I did 30 minutes on that. And then I did some stretching. I did 25 push-ups. I was going to do another set, but I often forget to do the other set, so I didn't do another set. And a couple classic stretches. You know, like there's like the 4 stretches everybody does, you know, the arms forward and then you like kind of sit on your knees and like roll forward. I did that one for like 5 minutes.
Butter.
Sounds
like Evo's a great place to stay.
It's a great place to stay. Great gym, great spot, great clean rooms, great service. The bar is nice too.
Yes.
We had Dan and like the crew come over yesterday. Mike.
Fizz, the bartender. She's very knowledgeable in snowboard
Egan.
parts.
Yeah. Yeah, she is knowledgeable, dude. She
Yeah,
was
she
spitting
is.
facts. She was like, "Oh, I was hanging out with Mary France Roy, and she was telling us this." She was like talking about the old Tech 9 movies and like parts she didn't like and like shit that got under her skin. She's like, the Nike jackets came out and they were too slim and shit.
Damn,
or maybe I
legend.
said that. I don't know. Whatever. It was a hell of a stay.
All right, we're going to get into Instagram questions. And before we do that, though, I have a couple announcements. One is that we have official dates for Bombhole Cup. Let me pull up my notes here. March 28th and 29th at Brighton, 2-day event. Day 1 is the Bank Slalom. Day 2 is the Park Showdown. We have our last year's Bombhole Cup male winner. We got Pat Fava in studio.
What's happening?
Yeah, so that's pretty major.
Grassroots event. We love it.
And then we also have Bombhole Beatdown January 10th at Loon Mountain. And we will be doing a live stream of both events. That's new for this year. We're going to live stream them. So that's huge. And other huge news I got to announce is that we have a new website, bombhole.com. We put a bunch of energy into making it a destination website with all the latest videos and our stuff as well, but it's kind of intertwined with everything. So make sure you bookmark bombhole.com because we're trying to make it a place that you go to watch. You can satiate your snowboarding needs. Which leads me to our first Instagram question. And this is from Catfish Chronicles. Shout out Catfish. For Norm and Jody, what do you see as the future of snowboarding media?
Do you want to go first or?
You take it.
All right. I think, I don't know what I see as the future, but I know what can happen for the future to be bright or at least exist. So I'll say that, but I think it's just like people getting involved. And when I say getting involved, like you don't have to be working for a magazine or a podcast, like do your own thing. Don't wait for anything. Cause like, I mean, part of the reason like I got my job at Slush was because I started the magazine because I wanted to have some sort of like voice, you know? So I started Garage for a place for me and my homies to have like a space. And then, you know, over time that evolved and I ended up being able to get a job in this at Slush. And I think just do things that excite you and do things you want to do. And yeah, you don't really have to wait for anything to start. If you just want to start it, you can go start it, if that makes sense.
So kind of people can also just do their own media also is what I heard you saying, right?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
You don't need to be a part of a media.
You don't need like permission, I guess, from someone to be like, you know, like the first story I wrote for Garage was I just happened to be home on the East Coast and went to Game of Snow from Slush. And I was like, fuck it. This is another magazine's event, but I'll just write a story about it and take some photos on a disposable camera of like hanging out in New York City with my homies. And that was like the first thing I ever wrote that ended up in issue 1 of Garage. So it's like, just be places and like, yeah, I don't know, keep your eyes open.
I think there's going to be a lot of different media outlets, like more and more similar to like the product. I think there's so much product and there's so much media, but it's going to be up to people like Chris and Slush and all the magazines and stuff like that to help steer people to go to good media. And by good media, I just mean like media that the people come from snowboarding, the people are educated about our history. They know who Craig Kelly is and they care about Jamie Lynn's method. And it's like, it's so important to keep all that intact. So I think you're going to be bombarded with media from every angle, but it's going to be really important to filter out the bullshit. And hopefully brands that get it support the right media, even if that's less follows, less likes, less views, but it's the right thing to get behind. Like, I think that's a piece that maybe I beat to death on airtime, but not everything needs to be the most likes, the most views. I know every company secretly is like pretending it's not about that, but they think that it should be, and it shouldn't be. It should be about the quality and like the things that you want to get behind. So make sure that if you are a sponsor or a company that's getting behind snowboarding, if you're a bigger brand, there's certain brands like Yeti that keep showing up in the right places. And it's like, it's important for people to show up in the right places to support the right media outlets. So the right media is getting out and getting people excited to snowboard, not because it's like yeah, it's the funnest thing ever, but it's also the story of snowboarding is what really I think keeps people along for the ride. So yeah, it's going to be up to people like Grenier to help steer the ship. Good luck.
Your airtime podcast, bro.
Yeah,
you are a media. Jody is a media juggernaut.
Yes. So,
all right. Next question. This is from Roadrunner Productions. Yo, Pat, are we going to see any dub 10s this season?
Yes, the front side and cab.
Have you done a front side one yet?
Not yet. I did one and I shit whipped into 2 trees, but I came out okay. So
On the same jump you did front 10 tail?
No.
Different jump?
No, different jump. So I just ended up going, it wasn't the proper jump for it, but so I did a front double underflip, but it's coming this year. Yeah, front side, cab.
The back 10.
Switch backside maybe is on the list.
They look easy. Like you've refined your back 10 double where it looks like you can just do it now.
Yeah, it feels, people told me back in the day, it seemed very unobtainable to me. And I remember people saying it feels like a 7. And that's fully how it feels, so.
Wouldn't be able to tell you. All right, next question. This is from BDon40. This one, I'm going to throw it to Norm. I'm sure we all have takes on it. But what makes a snowboarder, quote unquote, core?
I don't know. I really like. I think I've had this conversation before with some of my homies. Like, I don't even really know if that's like a thing, like, or in terms of like, or at least a thing that someone should be like worrying about. Because it's like, fuck, like if someone came to me, like if some whack sponsor or whatever, quote unquote, like maybe not for boards, but for like anything else, like if someone came to me, like McDonald's or some shit, and was like, "Oh, we'll give you, $100,000 a year," I'd be like, absolutely. Like I'd do that, even though it's not core. So it's like, at a certain point, it's like get your bag, get out there and make some money. But I think like, I don't know. I think a lot of it is just like, do you care about snowboarding? If so, then, that's pretty core. But I also I don't know. It's not. I've drifted away from thinking it's this real thing, if that makes sense.
I like that. That was sick.
Yeah, perfect.
Jody, you got anything to add?
I mean,
what is core?
Core to me is someone who prioritizes the best, they have snowboarding's best interest at heart. I think would be the best way to describe what I think a core person is. They think that, you know what I mean? They're like, is this going to help lead snowboarding in a good way and fuel the right aspects of snowboarding?
Honestly, I think the prime definition of core. I never thought about that until now, but it's like, do you have snowboarding's best interests at heart? I think is what the definition of core should be.
Yeah, and I think all of us collectively, everyone in this room, like,
are we core?
Look at this fucking room, buddy. Yeah, it checks out.
All right, I got a great question for Pat, and it's from Electric Relo 27. What's it like to be pro?
What's it like to be pro?
Be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an answer. I mean, I think pro or not, I would still be working towards being the best snowboarder I can be. But I think it really puts that in place of like, damn, you got to step up and try to do your best efforts to continue to grow the sport and the progression. So it's dope because it's like constant pressure to better myself. So it's fucking perfect because that's what I want to do is continue to be the best I can be. So being pro is growing.
Great answer.
So sick. I like that.
Yeah, I was like thinking about the real answer. It's like just get really entitled and then like you get a huge box of like product and you're like, this thing sucks.
No,
I got a red jacket instead of a blue jacket. Fuck.
No, for me, it's nothing but gratitude. So.
All right, this next question from Tomboy Media. Norm, how did you get into writing and who are some of your snowboard media inspos?
I don't know. It was just a way. I'm not like good at any other form of art, and it's just like a way to express myself. And then obviously just like, and going back earlier, to the media question and the future of media, if you're a young kid and you want to be a writer, read as much as possible. Like, read every single day. I've told people who have asked me before, like, trying to get into it, like, the analogy of, like, say you want to be in a band, but you haven't listened to a song since you were in middle school. Like, you wouldn't know what to do. It's the same thing with, like, wanting to write, but haven't read a book since high school or something like that. So, you know, if you want to get into snowboard media and want to be a writer, start reading. Snowboard media influences, I would say, honestly, like, at big time at first, like, Keenan Colley was, you know, someone who I, like, looked up to and still look up to a huge amount. But he was definitely probably one of the first people who I, like, saw, like, kind of like when I first moved to Tahoe for college. Like, I met him my first or second year there, and I was just like, oh, you're awesome. And then seeing what he's done, you know, the things he's written, he's someone I respect a lot and I look up to a lot. And I feel like I've taken a lot from just knowledge-wise. And he's a sick boarder.
Love that. Next question. This is for Jody from Lord Strato. Is Jody really true to the steel?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, I'm teeing up a trip to go to Minnesota early season to go ride at Highland and Troll with Dan to just go rope tow on the steel. I mean, I fucking love the steel, but I also like boxes. And I had to suppress that for a long time because boxes weren't cool when I started blowing up. Like, not huge, but like little blow up or whatever. And then mini blow up. And then, like, I was like bummed, dude. I got like fucking laced these switch ups. You know what I mean? Like, I had combos for days, and then Bandwagon came out and Love Hate, and everyone's like, you can't do switch ups anymore. Dude, I spent years perfecting those switch ups. So I'm bringing them back.
They're back.
I'm going to Troll and I'm switching up on anything I want, dude.
I can't wait to see the clips.
Switch ups are back, dude.
Yeah,
they're so
fucking
back. You know what I've been hitting last year is the switchboardy to front board. It's just OG
That's the classic.
switch up. Like, it just bangs like a flat down rail.
Yeah.
Holy shit, does that one hit?
Dude, I was just watching old 411 snow videos, and like this homie does one of those like switch tail to like front board bink the end of the rail. And like I did one in Jersey because I was like so psyched. I was like, this is fucking dope, dude.
So that one's legal. We're saying it's green lit again, I think.
Yeah. I like that one. Robbie did one in Dorothy, which was sick.
Yeah,
is anything illegal though?
Yeah.
Like, the only trick that's illegal to me is a half cab 50 front 3. Like, everything else is a green light.
Or front 180 cab 3.
Norm, would you like to chime in on this?
On illegal tricks or on those tricks specifically? I agree with you that half cab front 3, front 1 cab 3 are no-goes.
Nice.
I think the illegal tricks are like almost a challenge in a way. Like, I was talking to Dylan about this. I was like, oh, because the inverse of a cab 2 Pretz 2 would be a cab 2 same way. I was like, I want to film one of those and see if I can make it look good. And he was like, I don't know about that. So
hard to do.
Yeah,
hard to do.
I haven't, but it's like in the back of my mind of like, as an illegal trick, is like, could you make an illegal trick like that look good?
You tell me Tommy does a cab 2 back 2, it doesn't look good?
I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. We have to find out. We don't know. But
all right, well, what do you got top of the list illegal? What really gets to you, Norm? Just let it all out.
What we just said, front 1 cab 3, cab 1 front 3, or just 50 front 3 on its own, not good.
I mean, half cab 50 back 3 is like, I'd rather see a half cab 50 back 1.
Yeah.
I disagree. I'm
half cab 50 back 3 is fire.
I love that. You know how nice it feels?
It feels
so nice. Why fight it? Why fight it?
It's like the spot asking for a trick. It's the same thing. You half cab in, you want to just keep.
It's like a river that just flows.
So like back 1 switch 50 cab 3 or just back
that
1
one's hard.
switch 50
That one's
half
that one's hard to make look good. I think
that one's dope though.
That one's so hard. That one's so hard to make look good.
Yeah.
But I think the at top tier illegal tricks are the front 1.
Yes,
cab
I
3.
agree. Okay.
Like that one just don't
I
do
agree.
that.
All right, what about front 3 mute?
Dude, that's my thing. No, it's not. I do indie, melon. Basically, the front three is kind of my thing.
Yeah. But I see, Chris, you throw in, but it's you make it a sad air. It's
Front five.
Not necessarily, So that shit's fire. Sad air is gas, dude.
Give it a little poke.
Mark Zollers had a really good one of those. Yours is very sick, too, by the way.
We
Appreciate
like
that. All right. Caleb Brown Lowe wants to know, name an underrated street rider. I'm going to say this one. I'm just going to jump in there. I've already said it. Big fan of Derek Lemke. Norm?
Jake Audette.
Nice.
I'm going Caleb Chomlak.
Benny Marms.
I'm saying fucking, I guess he got some good shine, but, and recent bomb hole. Congrats, Sam Anderson. He is one of the best of the best.
That back lip on that wavy ass fucking quad kink or whatever you guys call it.
Lifetime achievement.
So I feel like he should be way high.
Any more names, Norm?
I mean, all the homies. Like,
is Jay Dalla on there?
Jay Dalla's sick. Benny Marms, Dylan is great. All the homies.
Logan Darling.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Too underrated.
Yeah.
Butt puke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jake Audette. That's what I'm saying. One of my favorite parts of all time, loser lap, opening part when he's holding the cat. And awesome. That part
ripping
is
skater, too.
Awesome. Yeah.
Ripping
Great
skater.
And nice dude.
All the Midwest homies that what's that Michigan crew that just they're fucking rippers with Derek and all the other homies that are with him.
Like stunt.
Yeah, stunt crew.
Yeah, Brent's sick.
Yeah, Brent's
Cooper
insane.
Vosberg makes sick videos. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure we covered that. Silk, let's hit a couple Patreon questions.
Let's do it. This question's from Wyndham. How does Pat feel about Olympic rail jams? Seems like there's more rail jams than ever, and you see the anti-jock culture start to jock out a little bit, but I assumed they just picked the guys already on the slope team. Thoughts?
I would, if the opportunity came up for me to be in an Olympic rail jam, I would. I think the whole stigma surrounding the fist contest is interesting, and it would be very interesting to see how people got into that contest, and I'm sure it would allow a lot of these slope kids to make it in there. But I personally would love to see a bunch of street dogs, Sam Anderson, but like from all around the world in these contests and getting the shine that I think that opportunity Olympics gives is the shine worldwide, Sage Kotzenberg, Late Night Show, Wheaties Box, like shit like that for street and rail snowboarding would be dope. I don't see why not. I'm not hating. Sign me up. Fuck.
I love that answer. I'm going to piggyback with this Instagram question from Justin Vaughan. I'm sorry. Would a top tier comp rider be a problem in the streets? Why or why not? I have my opinion on this. Norm, I'd like to hear yours.
I mean, I think it depends on, because like you obviously have skills. Like if you are a top tier comp rider, it just at a certain point, it's like taste. It comes down to taste. Like I look at someone like, honestly, who's a great example, and I've talked to my friends about this before, is like best all around snowboarder probably to ever live, I will say, is Luke Winkleman. Just in terms of like the shit you can do in the backcountry on the mountain and in the streets, like switch back to pull back or down, flat down, crazy. And it's like maybe you don't, like maybe he's not winning every contest, or maybe he's not putting out parts that like I or someone else like personally like love. Or like no offense, I like Luke, nice guy. I'm not gonna watch like his part before I go out into the streets, but I like know that like he's fucking sick. Like I think he's one of the best all around snowboarders like ever to do it, and like I don't know. So I think the skills can translate. I think you just need to have like you just have to have taste.
Have you ever been to a contest like an X Games in person or a Do Tour? Have you ever seen any of these like high level slope style snowboarder in person, Norm?
When I was super young, yes, but not recently. The most recent contest I've seen that wasn't like a rail jam was Do Tour Halfpipe was the last year of that. And It was sick. I love half pipe. That's the best. I think that is hands down the most fun event to watch. Rail jam, slope style, or half pipe. Like I'm going to watch a half pipe contest. Like it's awesome.
Pat, you got a take on this?
Fuck yeah, they have an advantage. Are you kidding me? They're riding on brick, dude. We're fucking trying to make it as soft as we can out there. But these dudes snowboard when they're told to, not when the snow's good. You know, like we'll go out in a week after the dump. Like they have to go out. They have to hit an 80-foot booter in ice or the half pipe. And like, I think, fuck yeah, they got the advantage because to be able to snowboard when you're told to, rather than when it feels right or the snow's right, is like two different things. So,
Jody?
I just think that people that ride contests for too long, it takes them a long time to transition into filming street in a tasteful approach, that kind of manner. That takes like a lot of like, it takes effort, and it also takes like really key mentors that typically happen at like a really young age. And so like a lot of people do transition out of contests and then into filming, and it just doesn't like hit for some reason. And you're asking yourself why. It's just that they often don't see the importance of like, you know, why that person's nose slide was cooler than the other person. They overlook those things and the kits and stuff like that. Like your outfit's a huge part of riding in the streets. And like if your outfit and everything like that, it needs to all like kind of fit and flow. And a lot of times I feel like contest riders like overlook those small intricacies that like really add to a good street part. And so sometimes I feel like that transition piece is pretty hard for them to see. But I mean, they're ridiculously talented, but it's more often than not, they do get into the streets and they do film some good clips, but they're not the street clips that stand out to me.
I used to get in this argument with Justin Meyer all the time because I go to watch all these slope things and go to do tours and stuff. And I'd be like, he'd be like, how you think this person, I'm like, this person that rides in a slope style contest could do every trick in your video part in 1/50th the amount of tries. I'm just saying their ability to do tricks. And if you can do a trick every try in a run, you can certainly do it faster than us who we just shovel all the time and take 300 tries to do a front board. You know, it's like they're so consistent that I do think that they're better snowboarders. Simply put, they are better snowboarders than street snowboarders who spend their time shoveling 90% of the time. I do think like the supporting cast members of a video are critical. So I do think like, you know, a lot of times the contest riders when they go to film street are not necessarily surrounded by the street riders you want to watch, which is a pretty big disadvantage. But I think if you're looking at it objectively, pound for pound, trick for trick, they can certainly go on the streets and do everything that the street riders are doing.
Yeah, that was a better answer to the actual question.
And that's kind of what I meant with like, you know, snowboarding
Totally.
when you're told and hard pack and fucking.
But yeah, it might not be the flavor that you like.
Yeah, not the flavor, but they definitely like the talent and the advantage of like getting the clip is there because they have more reps in such variable conditions. But the one thing with streets is that it's so variable for everybody out there. There is no practicing on the weird marble ledge with the weird U-turn run in, and then there's a lamppost on the ride out. It's like no one can practice on that feature.
Yeah.
It's like until you're there, you're like, oh, and the takeoff's kind of mushy and it broke and we're getting kicked out. You're like, oh, these are the elements.
Yep.
100%. This is a question for Norm from Cedar Skate Ellie. Who is the best snowboarder in your opinion to come out of SNC?
Tommy Gesme, for sure. Yeah. Sierra Nevada College. Shout out. That's where I went my first 2 years of school. Keenan Colley went there also. I think Brady Lem went there for a semester. Tommy was only there for a semester, but yeah, back when Tahoe was like the place for snowboarding.
Strange Brew,
yeah. So sick. Like that's a big reason why I went out there was like seeing all these like people from who I like looked up to. And I was like, oh shit, like Tahoe's the place. So then I get out there and it was like Tahoe's the place like 2 years ago. And I was like, I missed it. Fuck. But yeah, I would say Tommy, Keenan, Brady.
Norm, didn't you used to do contests back in the day?
I did, yeah.
Did you do rev tours?
I did.
Can you do double corks?
I have done double corks. I wouldn't say I can do double corks.
Back 10?
Front. I've done a couple front up 10s. Yeah.
This guy claims he can't grab melon. He's done front 10 doubles.
What were you grabbing with front?
No grab. No grab.
No grab.
Boxy.
MFM?
Knees. Yeah. I was getting like straight last in. I remember my last.
Wait, actually no grab? Joking?
Yeah. No.
Oh, not joking.
No, knees.
Oh, knees.
Oh no, really this whole time I can't fucking grab.
I'm being fully honest with you. Like the couple times I've done front dub 10, I grab knees, and it was just like, and then I would just land them sometimes. But I never did one in a contest. My last contest run I think was back 3 front 1 at Seven Springs, and I got like either like last or like second to last or something. And I was like, all right, I'm awful at this.
All right, I'm awful at this.
Last question. Jody, do you have any childhood stories about your dad working as an auctioneer? Does he do the voice?
Oh, yeah.
Is it insane? Can you do the voice?
He did the voice until I was 12, I want to say. And then he just moved out of the city and started his own furniture store outside in like a small town called Oak Bank.
Can you do the voice?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean,
can you try?
Can you try? Yeah.
Okay. So what do I say? Do I hear a dollar? Yeah. Dollar over here. Dollar over there. Dollar over there.
You gotta do it quick.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not good at it. 50, 50, 50. Do I hear 50? 50, 50. Do I hear 75? You know, and then but you need hands. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's say Silk's got 50. Okay,
50.
Okay, you got 50. Do I hear 60? Do I hear 60? Do I hear 60? I got 60. Do I got 70? Do I got 70? Do I hear 80? Do I hear 80? 80. Do I hear 100? Let's go to 100 here. It's kind of bad. Darcy Sharp did this at our last premiere and nailed a fucking like a home run. He got a Yeti cooler sold for $650.
Damn.
And that mine was terrible, by the way. Like I don't know if I want that in. The insecurity went to the
That's going in. That's staying.
So do you have any stories about that?
Yeah, totally. Like he sold a lot of really high-end art and antiques and stuff like that were like pretty bougie, like high-end, like
does he get a
I
cut?
don't know, like
does the auctioneer
like
make
Emily
10%,
Carr
like
kind of level paintings and stuff like that, like with security and stuff like that. Yeah, they get a cut. I think you get 10% of everything.
Right.
But it wasn't
It's like an
like
agent.
honestly, it wasn't like a lot of like you have to pay for everybody that's there, and it was. I don't think
That's like Runke when Red starts going to the Olympics. Hey, we got an 80. We got a
yeah. Oh my god. I wish. Yeah, but Red deserves it, dude. Red
100%.
Red is a exceptionally good snowboarder. He's got it.
Agreed. All right, last question. Final question. Darcy Sharp wants to know, do they think there's a snowboard Illuminati who's pulling the strings? If so, who's at the top? Norm?
Everyone always is like, I mean, I'm sure you see things on Instagram all the time, like, oh, covers are paid for, blah, 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 big snowboarding. But like, and like all my homies ask me this too, like, oh, are covers actually bought? Like, at least like I can only speak for Slush. Like covers are not bought at Slush, like at all, you know? So in terms of like pulling the strings, like pulling the strings on what? You know, like we're like, can you not like still go snowboard and do whatever it is you're doing? Like, I'm sure some companies run different than other companies, and some people are putting on like people who they're closer with. But like, I don't know if that's pulling the strings. Like, I think that's just like putting on people you fuck with. I don't know. But is there like some overarching person like deciding which cities get snow or like which which brands get money or whatever? Like, no, that doesn't exist.
Jody?
Yeah, I mean, there's Todd Richards might be pulling the strings. Pat Bridges. I mean, who else? Who else is a top dog snow? Like someone who's passionate. You know what I mean? Like
I saw Granny's doing some like secret
Chris.
handshakes.
Yeah, we got some Chris. You're up there for sure in the Illuminati world.
Yeah, we're a lot of blood going on. A lot of sacrificing. We're sacrificing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no,
little secret meetups. Yeah, a lot of that's happening. There is one, and
I'm in it.
Jody's in it, and I'm in it.
Yeah, I just got accepted.
Norm's actually in it. He doesn't even know he's in it, but he's in it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That would be crazy though. To like one day, if there is Illuminati, like one day you like kind of break through the ceiling. You're like you're a billionaire or something, and then someone like knocks on your door and they're like, "Yo, you're in." And you're like, what? Like there's actually a club and you're in it now. As soon as you're a billionaire, you're in the Illuminati. You gotta wear this face mask and meet us down in this old cellar. Dress up like a scarecrow.
Who's in the Illuminati? This guy he barely can pay his rent, but I think he's at the top of the totem pole.
Yeah. Good stuff. That's been a good show. Silk, did you have a good show?
Yeah, great show.
We figured out who's at the top of the snowboard Illuminati.
It's about time.
No, but like random name, like who would be up at the top?
Is this Silk,
maybe?
dude?
Silk.
Might be running this shit.
Like somebody that's always around, but that's like
Zach
older.
Nigro?
Yeah, Nigro. Nigro's in the Illuminati
Nigro,
for sure.
if there is one.
It was
Nigro.
actually just Darcy Sharp trying to throw us off his scent.
Yeah, Nigro's for
Darcy's
sure.
in there.
What about Sean White? Is he in it?
Yeah, 100%. He might be like, actually, that would have been the best pick for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, his last couple clips he filmed, they were sick. He's been riding pipe like a little bit of energy.
Another announcement before we wrap up. Bodie's video, When Doves Cry. It's a 2-year project. It's going to be really special. That's coming out soon. I can't wait. I saw a leak last year, and it looked insane. So that was with not even this year's footage. So can't wait to see that. I think it's premiering soon, probably around the time that this thing comes out. So it should be good.
You put your hand down on that switchback lip?
Oh, don't bring that up, dude. It's too soon.
On the single kink?
It was in 2015, but it's still too soon.
Just so everybody knows, he did not touch with
I
his
didn't touch
hand.
my fucking
He didn't
hand.
fucking tan it. He didn't touch.
On the one kink that's on the single kink rail.
You know who told me to do it again? Phil Jacques.
You wanted you to bring it back to switch.
He goes, Chris, you must do that again. You must do it to switch. You know how much that pissed me off? I was like, dude, I like it. I got it done. Between the bindings, the thing was money. I just went to regs. Those Quebec Wall, they're fucking perfection.
They got high standards.
High standards.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I filmed with one for years.
Are you-
Anto Chamberlain, high standards.
Oh, yeah.
High standards.
I mean, I don't know if I'm on an island here. Like, switchback lip doesn't need to go back to switch. It's just like, does it look good? Does it feel good? Take it how it goes, right? Is that a crazy take?
I can't switch back lip to switch, so I agree with you 100%.
What about back lip fakie?
I like backflip fakie.
I
think it's a great trick.
that trick.
So why should it not
backflip
work in
fakie.
the inverse?
Yeah.
Andy Forgash's one is so janky. Like he has a backlip. It's in Love Hate, which is a movie I watched recently. Anyway, he does like this janky backlip and goes to fakie. It's so sick.
Dylan Ojo.
I love that shit.
Backlip to fakie on the kink rail in Landline is awesome.
Yep.
Great clip.
Shout outs Dylan.
Yeah.
There's a name you want to keep talking and bringing up on the show and stuff like that. See, that's why the money needs to come here. You know what I mean? Good job, Chris. Thanks for having us. One other question I have is, what is your favorite trick on a kink these days? What do you think's the best trick?
Like to do or
on
to
a kink
watch?
through?
To do or watch?
Either.
Well, those are two different
Okay,
things.
watch.
Watch, I can't, my fucking old body can't cab 2 into shit anymore. I love just a good old fashioned, like I love kink rail hammers. I think like a nice cab 2 through a kink.
Like Justin Fronius, Videograss.
Oh, God.
Or Marty Vachon.
You know what? I take my answer back. Nice back lip. Like Jed, he did on that one in Oslo, that big back lip, and I don't even know what video, but I like a nice back lip, actually.
I'm going fucking nose press, no tapping on the kink. Fucking just holding it up.
That's nice.
Timeless.
Harry Hagen's favorite trick.
Yeah. Back nose press or kink?
No, this is like I posted one time and shared it on airtime, and he like hit me up and was like, dude, unpopular take, nose press on a kink, the worst thing ever, because it's so hard to do them good.
It is hard to actually, but I'm saying if you can do it, legit.
Sam Anderson, half cab nose press back 1, no
Yes.
tap.
Yeah, through the
No
chain link
fucking
fence
tap.
on the ride
Yeah.
out. Yeah, that clip is...
Dude,
So if you can
literally,
do it right.
you can
do it
frame
right.
every
It's hard.
single one of those,
Hard
no
as fuck.
tap.
It's harder than people make it out to be, because they
That's
use
why
nose
I'm
presses on
putting
kinks
it up
all the
here.
time.
And
Yeah.
this thing goes, just
you
slap
can
it
see
down.
it,
Just
dude.
slap it down right in the middle.
Screenshot
Man.
And
that
I've
thing.
tried it, and so I'm like, got
Norm,
mad
what you got?
respect.
Is this, do we have to decide to watch or to do?
Watch.
I think Cap 2 also.
Pretzel or?
That. I mean, I don't know. I like, if you can see someone Cap 2, like Marty or like Dylan or whatever doing it on a kink reel, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Front 1, cab 3 through a kink.
Yeah. Front one and then down flat Cap 2.
Are we
going to
rocking
the-
with that?
Yeah, half cab 50-50, front side 270.
Exactly.
You know what I got that is a trick I see a lot of contest riders do, that it's like, I try not to be too judgmental, but I just don't like this one. They go half cab 50 and then they
Lip
nose
pretzel.
slide pretzel.
Yeah.
With the eyes
Oh.
down.
I was gonna guess, yeah.
That one is,
Yeah.
if I was a judge, I would not award that trick a lot of points.
You would need some sort of style to pull that off. I don't know how.
You can't. It's not a good trick.
I mean,
that's an illegal.
You gotta say Mia Brooks pulls
that
it
was
off.
so good.
Oh, Mia Brooks can make fucking anything look great.
Yeah, so
There's
she
just
makes
the
that
rules
look good.
don't apply to everyone.
Yeah.
She's one of them.
Yeah.
Silk, what was your favorite part of the show?
I like to call him Stan. I like every time I call Stan.
Stan's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Jody, did you have a favorite part of the show?
I really liked just hearing Sarge talk about his daughter
that
and
was
like
great.
showing the page to his daughter. Just because you're like, fuck, he loves snowboarding so much, but he's a family man.
Yeah.
And I like that shit.
Pat, did you have a favorite part of the show?
Let's go 32 product talk.
Nice.
On my board.
Yeah, plugging the product. Norm?
I just enjoyed chopping it up, so it's nice.
Were you nervous?
I was incredibly nervous. Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't realize I was nervous, kind of, until like yesterday. I was talking to Savannah, and she's like, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "Oh shit, yeah. I think I am nervous. Fuck." And I was just like thinking about it, but.
Did you have to go far to get here for the show today?
No, I live here. If you didn't know, for the folks at home,
I'm your neighbor.
I live downstairs. So on piss breaks, I just went and used my own bathroom.
Hell yes.
Lives on the Baumhole property. It's good stuff. We had a great show. Silk, you pick who's taking us out.
I feel like Jody should do it.
I agree.
Just take us out of the show.
I agree.
Sign off.
All right, sign
whatever.
off. Big shout outs to all the sponsors here at the Bombhole. We really do appreciate you because you guys are supporting snowboarding. If you haven't tuned into Airtime Podcast, that's because you found the better one. It's the Bombhole. So thanks for listening to this, and shout outs to everybody on the show today. You got Silk D over there, Chris, Pat, Norm. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Shout outs to Chris and everyone who's out there living, and remember to go snowboarding, people. It's fucking incredible. Go do it, and come to all of our events this year. And if I sounded kind of grumpy at that one point, I'm sorry about that.
Nice sign off. Nice sign off.